Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Rowan Kennedy.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
Hi, and I'm Jamie, Shadowborne.
Today we are playing Oathsworn. Actually, that's not the full name, right?
Into the Deepwood.
No, that's okay.
That's what I was saying earlier. It's like,
are we
going to go to the Deepwood?
All right, well, this is a game that's going up on Kickstarter in 1 hour, actually. So you have 1 hour to prepare for that.
Okay, let's do it.
Tell us, what is this game about? Because I know nothing, other than I'm a bear.
Deepwood, the Deepwood.
Well, I guess I wouldn't be afraid of the woods.
No.
Sorry.
Chaps, you
Just
are
going back to your house.
today a free company. So you guys are a bit like Dutch's team from Predator, right? You're the best that mankind's got, but you're facing off against monsters. You guys are contract killers who go city to city, travelling the wire roads of the Deepwood and dealing with all the problems that mankind gets from these things. Now, these cities are surrounded by these horrific woods that came up hundreds of years ago and have basically collapsed mankind. All the farms, all the villages, all of the trees, all the roads have gone. And so all that's left now is this horrific, chaotic forest and these quarantined cities, sort of islands in a sea of death. And you guys are a free company. You guys were made to defend mankind against the stuff that comes out of this forest. So
As a bear, I don't really care about mankind.
Did you come out of this forest?
Bear kind.
You know what? Never mind.
You better be careful. You're next.
He did. These guys come knocking on the gates of the city, and the people actually let them in for because they know that the bears are only after one thing. They're only after the story of a good kill. So that's why you join up the free to join the.
I'm bored. This is not the character I normally kind of play.
So chaps, what we're going to be doing today is the game actually comes in 2 sessions per chapter. There's 15 chapters in the base game, and each chapter is broken up into 2 sessions. It's the story session and the encounter session. We're going to try and play both back to back today, and knock that out in about 3 hours. We're going to play on this for about sort of an hour, half an hour, something like that, and then we'll be playing the encounter for the rest of it. And so we're going down to this story map. This is where the story unfolds, and I've got set up here our app, which will allow us to play through the story and make choices as we go.
We should mention here, by the way, that this is, as it's not yet published, that none of this is necessarily final. I would imagine the miniatures and artwork is close to final.
That's right, yeah. So miniatures and artwork, but there's things like there's quite a lot of setup and stuff here. This doesn't have yet the custom inserts and trays and things that will actually allow it to be a lot simpler on the table. So, chaps, we've got our characters, and what you guys, you've each got a full character in front of you with a hand of ability cards, and you're all starting on 6 HP. So that's how much life you have. Use it wisely, because once it's gone, it's gone. This is a low, grim, dark world, so you don't tend to get life back once you use it up. And you guys are playing full characters. If you're actually playing the full game, you can actually play with companion cards as well. This is a simplified version of the full characters that you can play. If you're playing, like, say, 2 players or 1 player, you can actually trade as many of these full characters with companions, which is simpler and easy to play. They cut down table space and let the game keep moving at a pace. A big theme of this game is actually like play your way. So there's a bunch of different mechanics that just really allow you to kind of tweak it for how you want to play. So we've got, for instance, card resolution and dice resolution. So you can roll dice to resolve combat, or you can use cards to resolve combat. So the difference between a dice and a card is a dice doesn't care about you. It's cool, but it doesn't care. You can roll crits or roll misses until the cows come home. With the cards, however, it remembers you. It cares about you, and so you can. I've
never heard it defined that way before, but
that's awesome.
So you've got a choice, and you can use those. Just so you know, as we go into the story, you can use those as a mix. You can use them whichever way you want at any time. That's fine. So we're going to be moving into the story now. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready to slay some bears. Oh, sorry.
What are you anyway? What's your name?
Exile.
I can see why.
I've killed everyone I've ever met.
I'm Ranger. I'm like half plant person. So
wait,
am
why
I
are your names? I'm Ursus Warbear. I got a much cooler name than both of you.
You do.
Yes.
I make do with my name.
Well, I feel like I'm like part of the woods, seeing that like my character looks like they're half tree person.
That's right. You're one of the Adendri. You're a race that lives in the Witchwood, and there's they come. They're actually refugees from their own people, and they join free companies because they're very, very useful as trackers.
Let's track some stuff.
Now, we've got our app set up here, and what we're going to do today is actually I'm going to read it to you guys because it's a bit different. We've, if you want to hear James Cosmo's voice and narration, we've got a bunch of our playthrough videos and stuff that are coming out where you can hear him doing it. But this time I'm going to read it, and we're going to be able to start us off with some instructions. So the first thing that happens is we're told to place this map down, place the time track down, and just get things ready, including this Path A card. This shows us that we're on Path A as we move through the story. Now here we go. Green mud sucks at your boots, every stride a challenge as you trudge through the rain. Your hands grip the thick iron cable of the wire road, pulled taut through rings sunken into the trunks of hideous trees. For days now it's been the only evidence of humanity's existence in the Deepwood. Clinging to this lifeline has not worked for everyone, though. You are one less than when you left Verum. It was nothing any of you saw, just a thrum on the wire behind you, then a scream disappearing into the dark.
That was Sam's character.
Poor Sam.
Sam couldn't make it today, folks. If you're wondering, he's not here. He had to take his son to join the army.
The memory was fresh in your mind, but this is not the time to mourn, not here. As you travel, vines and black tree trunks spattered with sickly pink cysts block your view ahead. Things slither away and rustle through the undergrowth, but they are of little concern. One can't jump at every noise in this place or else you'd go mad. It's only when the sounds slither towards you that you need to worry. Relief from walking through this overgrown hell is promised as the huddled profile of the fortress town of Bastogne looms in the distance. They are the ones that sent for you. People have been dying here, though not of hunger or of the Deepwood. Those don't leave much of a man when they're done. Something else is happening here, something that is leaving plenty of bodies. The crumbling city wall towers before you. As you approach them, you spot something laying at their base. Do you, 1, explore the base of the wall, or 2, get out of the rain and head for Bastogne's gates?
Huh.
See, I'm trying to differentiate between my real self, which would just be always go to the safest place I can think of.
Right.
But as a bear, the rain don't bother me.
Well, we are here to investigate murders, it sounds like.
I agree.
So
Maybe
we're
this is
gonna
the
check
one who
out the
killed
wall?
Sam.
Oh no. Poor
I'm my character's gonna have a minor in detecting. So
Jimmy, can you move your mic a little farther up? It's farther down. Actually, if you could clip it to your collar of your
actually
shirt.
probably okay there.
Yeah, that will work better.
That better?
I
There you
think
go.
so.
All right, I say we investigate the base of the
I
wall.
agree with our leader.
Let's make it
Am I the
happen.
leader?
You
We're all
are.
gonna die.
I follow no man
Like,
except
I
for
lead
the
by
exile.
axe.
A driving rain batters the city walls as the ancient grey stones stand in defiance of the Deepwood's reaching limbs and the beasts that stalk beneath them. The deafening roar of the downpour hinders your ability to detect the sounds of any approaching threats. You stay alert, noting the danger. At the base of the walls you find a jumbled pile of branches and bone collected together like nests. In one of the scattered nests lies a jawbone, most probably human. Woven into the twigs and branches of another nest is a broken and cracked mask. Feminine in design, the once full face mask of delicate ceramic now lies shattered. What would a Thracian noblewoman's mask be doing here? The question is left unanswered as a glint catches your eye. And we're told to do an instruction here, which means we gain a new card from the common item deck. So we're going to gain ourselves a big great maul, a brick on a stick that we can use for later on, but we're also told to add a time token to the time track. So the time track is a way of gamifying part of the story. You're trying to get through this, get this job done. You're here on contract, and we've spent a bit of time trying to explore, and now we've added a bit of time to time track. Now, as we can see down along here, there's a couple of points on the time track that will trigger certain events. So if you guys are quick enough, wily enough to get through the story before this point, you'll get an extra reroll token for the encounter to come. If you do it before this point, you will also gain an a special unique item at the end of the encounter. So you actually gain more loot from it as you're paid more for doing the job in a timely manner. And over here, when we get to this point, we'll be triggering a city event at that moment when we cover that piece as we're wandering around the city. Question.
When we run into these things, so when we're actually playing the game, are there diverging paths, or is there better choice or worse choice? You know what I'm saying?
So we say we live
was just a
in the
diverging
grey. So we try and make it so all the choices are as interesting as possible. They're not as obvious as possible, and often you're going to get rewarded in different ways depending on which choice you have, or equally suffer in equal ways as you go through the thing. It depends, depending on which choice. But yes, there's multiple paths, multiple choices. You're only going to be reading about maybe 1/3 of this of this story as you go through it. So your choices will matter and heavily affect how the encounter comes later on. So we continue.
Well, brick on a stick is a good way to start. It's a new company I started.
So we're now told to
Brick on a
place
stick.
location 22. So if you take point 22 and put it down here. Now, we need somebody who's our leader. See,
guess
you're our
that's
leader,
me,
right? So you're
alright.
going to be our character here. Now, what we do is we have told to go to the main gate. So we take 22, put it down there, and when we're in the app, we just click the number 22 in the app. But if you're using the storybook, you actually flip the token and you can read the number. And depending on which path you're on, you go to that point in the storybook. So path A and B. So this is 65. We're on path A, so that's where we go. But we're doing it through the app, so we don't need to worry about that.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Okay.
So, as you approach the thick wooden gate, a small slat slides unevenly open and a wary, cold-caked face peers out. Moments pass as he eyes you with suspicion, taking inventory of your many weapons. Then one of you reveals the mark on your wrists. He grimaces. Free company. Let me get this open. The slat slams shut and you hear chains strain as the mechanism pulls the gate open, swinging out just wide enough to squeeze through. You move into the gateway passage and find it blocked ahead by an iron portcullis, a second layer of defence creating a quarantine area. In the passage with you is a single table, lit by a foul-smelling lantern on the wall. You hand him your papers. I'm sure you know the drill. The guard urges as he thumbs through them. Arms extended out to your sides, he raps against you repeatedly with a short, hollow tube of wood. He nods, then sniffs, satisfied you've brought nothing of the Deepwood in with you.
Is this like security?
Yeah, we just went through exactly.
Except they beat you with a little stick to make sure. That's kind of how they do it at the TSA. But
That's how airport security was when I came into the country.
yeah.
Pretty much.
They want to beat me with sticks. So you've not come too soon. More bodies last night, he says, as he moves to a rickety table in the corner marked with more paperwork. Papers say you're 5. A grim silence from you answers his next question. Oh, right then. An oath fulfilled, I suppose. He looks uncomfortably away and motions towards a logbook with ink and quill beside it. Make your mark. Now, gentlemen, we are to decide which of the following statements is most true of us. So, 1, you are faithful to the oath and to your God. You trust that your arm is given strength by more than mere muscle. 2, you are the last men standing, the ones who seal the breach and protect the innocent. Shoulder to shoulder, you will hold the line whatever comes at you. 3, the Deepwood is fierce, but you're worse. Never met a problem you can't be solved with a sharp edge. 4, death is a dance you know well. You flow through fights in perfect form. Training gets you only so far, the rest is raw talent. Or 5, discipline or death. Keep marching, keep moving, keep fighting until the job's done.
I feel like I want 3.
The blade one?
Yeah. We want
The forest is bad.
Read
Or
it
worse.
Is there a way to read it again? That was awesome.
All right, so that means we would actually.
So
mark down
what's
our
the
character.
phrase we picked again?
We are number 3. So we are the Deepwood is fierce, but we're worse.
Right.
That's who we are.
I feel like I could break a tree.
So
no
what-
offense.
Wait.
So what we would do, Jeremy, is we actually would have we're not playing the full campaign, so we don't need to do it now. But we would gain a permanent empowerment token from this choice, which means that over here we have a bunch of different combat tokens that help us different ways.
Oh,
we
nice.
will gain a +2 empowerment token. This means we can upgrade these dice during might checks and during combat attacks. So everyone grab one of those, put it on your character board, and we'll have that for the fight to
You
come.
grabbed the wrong one.
Did I?
Yeah, you need the one with the up
Sorry.
arrows.
Okay. The guard seals the paper with wax and nods to those outside the portcullis. With a slow grind, the iron gate raises to let you through. You understand your task. Find whoever or whatever is responsible for the unexplained deaths. As you step onto the main thoroughfare of Bastogne, a sea of unwashed citizens churn through the mud, going about their daily struggle. Welcome to my glorious Bastogne, a voice chimes from your right. You all turn to the voice. A street urchin, caked in dirt under an explosion of dark hair, leans nonchalantly.
I swing my
against the
sword.
outer wall. If I had been so clever, I might have tried to lighten your pockets. Looks like you're too much for me, though, right? You come out the green, all glistening with blades, fresh from the wire. No, my ma made no fool, and that's why I'll let you pass without paying my toll. Now, I know what you're thinking.
I'm really getting Oliver Twist vibe here. But
We need that kind of charitable citizen to show us around. Well, usually I'd say no, what with all my other responsibilities around town. But for you, I'll make an exception. 4 a day, and I'll make this place feel like home for you. Get you anything you need, get you anywhere, or take you anywhere you want to go. Keep you from running into the less reputable types around here. Would you like to, 1, negotiate with this boy, or ignore the boy and attempt to navigate Bastogne alone?
do we have money?
You do have money in front of you. You have 3 iron groats. These are the money and things. So this boy wants 4, though you have the ability to negotiate with him. Do you want to pay him money? Now, this is you are contract killers. You're here for the money as part of why you're here.
I feel like I don't really care about this kid. Let's
we
do it
ask him
ourselves.
to give us 4, or we will decapitate him. Anybody?
I said we ignore the kid. Let's explore it
Does
around.
it give us an option of what to do for the negotiations, or is it
You have to pick it
open-ended?
first, I guess.
You go over the negotiation first. You have to make the
Oh,
choice first.
do
Then
you
you
choose
get
to negotiate or choose to ignore
Then you
him?
see what happens.
I
Right, so 2.
ignore.
I like to sharpen my axe.
Are you guys really good with ignoring him?
Y'all are always the irrational ones, so whatever. I'm playing with my character.
I'm just
I'm playing
role
with my
playing, man.
Okay, here-
Free company does not deal with bratty kids.
All right then, so 2. Dozens of streets and alleys spread out like a spider web from the town gate. You've lived in Verum, so a small gnarled burg like Bastogne should be easy enough to find your way around. You're sure you'll be able to pick up the trail, and there may even be a banksmith or apothecary to trade with the supplies you need for the hunt. Now we are to do a test. So we have a reasoning test, difficulty 5. Now we get into checks in the game. So this is a reasoning check, and in this game, often in games you'll be told to roll a certain amount of dice or something. In this game, you get to choose how many dice you want to roll. So you can roll as many white dice as you want as part of this check. However, the rub is that if you ever roll 2 blanks, the whole thing will fail. So you can roll any amount. You're trying to get to 5. Now, as you see on the dice, the faces are 2 blanks, 2 1s, 2 2s, and there's a crit symbol. Now, the crit symbol is an exploding dice mechanic. So if you roll a crit, you get to roll another dice. If that's a crit, you get to roll another dice, and it keeps going and going and going. So you get some really nice, beefy.
If you then roll
attacks.
a blank, does it count as one of your blanks?
No, it doesn't. No.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're completely safe. Once it's crit, it's safe after that point. So 5. How many do you want to roll?
1. We'll just hope to get an exploding die and roll 2 more dice. You don't.
Probability?
Let's have you stick with the big X. We brought a math guy.
Am I a math guy? Okay.
Well, in this game, you are.
Well, you'll be the one who deals with.
So do we know the number we're trying to get, or?
Yep, you're trying to get 5. So you
Go
can use
ahead.
the dice, you can use cards. It's up to
You know Lady Luck personally from your days in the Deepwood.
So it's all 1s and 2s.
1s and 2s for these ones.
How many do
Okay.
you think?
I don't know, 4 or 5, right? 4 or 5. What would you rather do?
Why would we be rolling 5 dice?
Because we could roll 1 blank, and then we need it to make up for it. We have to roll 2s.
But there's 2s on there. As long as you roll 1, 2, and 3 1s, that's 5.
That's fine.
Says the bear.
Right, so we'll get rolling.
Yeah,
I
but we
was
might
gonna
miss with this. We're more likely to miss. The
I
other-
don't even care.
Let's
Roll.
find out.
Okay, let's figure it out. Let's roll it. Let's make it happen. Ugh. All blanks!
Oh, right.
Well, that's just bad rolling. I don't think the extra die would have been anything
It's
there.
like 50% chance of rolling.
Where's that
it's less than
kid?
50% chance. It's less than 50% chance of rolling a blank.
We are told to place token 15. If you'll take 15 and put it down here, we take 15 and we're told to go there.
Uh-oh.
So here we go. That goes down our time track.
No, thank you.
Now, heading up the street you believe to be the right choice, you push through the crowds and navigate round huddled clumps of the homeless squatting toad-like around small fires.
It's a very cheery world, man.
The barking of vendors eventually gives way to the sobbing and indistinct mewling noises as you enter a series of shadowy alleys. There are fewer and fewer people here, and darkness hugs the street as you make your way up a narrowing avenue. You approach a ragged, cloaked figure as he daubs small white circles on the wall with paint-coated fingers. There are hundreds of them. He does not fully turn, but speaks in a creaking tone over his shoulders.
I hit him.
Have you seen it? Has it seen you? Do you know the truth the Deepwood brings as we do? He turns, drawing a sickle from under his cloak. His gaze is distant and it falls on you. Shadows burst with movement, with your attention drawn to the stranger you didn't notice the ambush you were walking into. Do you, 1, try and threaten the gang, or do you try to go on the offensive and attack?
Jump them.
Both good choices.
Yeah, but threatening might lead us to a die roll, which we're really good at.
We should threaten them.
All right.
Not attack.
See the leader's taking decisions.
Let's.
I will follow the
just-
leaders.
We should just push back. If we can avoid a fight, let's avoid it.
All right. This is a threatening
Yeah.
check. This
I'm bear rolling my eyes.
This is a threatening check, but you have the bear. The bear is particularly good at threatening. This would be a 5 difficulty, but it's actually a 4 with your presence.
I guess I got to roll dice then.
Okay.
So, are we
Give
still
off one
rolling
of
white
those-
dice?
Yep.
Give
white
off
dice.
one of those
How many do you
famous
wanna roll?
roars.
4 dice.
4 dice. There you go, my good bear. Do
Good
it.
bear. Make it happen.
Come on, baby.
Here, well,
Oh, jeez. Oh,
man.
okay,
You
good.
gotta.
Come on, you can do it.
come on.
Oh,
Right!
Boom!
That's what I'm talking about.
It's mostly the breath.
That's basically it. Everybody passes out.
As the sickle rises, the closest of you casually steps up and backhands the man across the alley. He stumbles, crashing into the far wall and crumbles to the ground, sickle clattering in a puddle in the streets. 4 or 5 figures scurry fearfully away in the darkness, or limp away, muttering excitedly, "They know! They know!" A quick search through the man's pouches finds a handful of iron. Gain 4 iron groats.
Just as a heads up, I'll be taking all that money myself.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You vow to stay more watchful in the streets of Bastogne as you move on.
I think his failure was positive.
What?
Listen, so we could go.
Let's deliberately walk into some more ambushes. I hope nobody hits us.
I like finding trouble. Right, this city's layout is not the intricate layouts of streets found in Thrace or the vast thoroughfares of Verum. A few quick questions through the locals describes the local avenues. Right, so now we're placing a bunch of tokens. Can we please place numbers 2, 3, 7 and 12? 13, 14, 16 and 19.
2, 3,
2, 3, 7 and 12.
7
14,
here.
16, and what?
13, 14, 16 and 19. And we just need 13 over here, please.
So we can go to any of these?
Yes, you can. So now you get to choose. Where
All
would
right,
you
we
now
got
like
the tavern, town square, the broken
Bench.
oak,
Broken Oak.
underways.
Smith.
What is the broken oak? Is that like a tavern, you think?
to go? Yeah, maybe.
The market, the apothecary, or the archive? Well, we don't read, so we can't even go to the archive.
Speak for yourself, Bear.
You know what I do?
I'm just
Whenever you say
offended.
that, I pull a little piece of wood out of my pocket and snap it.
These trees were my friends.
That's fantastic. All right, what about, guys? How are we feeling about the underways?
Wait, what? The underways?
Dude, we
Yes.
just scared off a guy with a sickle. Let's go scare some more people.
We're here to find some shady dealings and murders.
That's it. Time's to
The
take him.
underways sure sounds like someone's
Huzzah!
hideout.
So we put the 7 over here,
That's it.
and then if we were reading ourselves, we go to A65.
That's right.
Got it.
Right.
All right.
Ancient wooden doors mark the entrance to the underways below the city. Inside, looming passages of moist soil, well timbered up and tended, lead ever downwards. Women with tied back hair carrying yokes of water on their shoulders work as men work the dark loam, sweating in the dull glow of amber lanterns. I know my workers and you're not them, an authoritative female voice announces. It's a slight woman with bright eyes dressed in a man's leather farm clothes. She points at your wrist fearlessly. Oathsworn, good, let's make this fast. I'm Celeste, overseer. You explain why you're here. She takes it in and replies, nothing missed down here. Yeah, in the last 3 months I've lost 4, but that's all been above ground. Suicide, witches, whatever else stalks the damn streets above. You tell me. My men leave in pairs now. No one walks alone upside. Only fool runners like Rand do that, and I've not seen him. He's probably face down in a ditch, or face down in that inn the boys go to. Choose location to go to.
Broken Oak.
I really
that made
want to
me-
go to Broken Oak.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
The Broken Oak.
A well-tended inn shows promise. Entering, you find an amber fire glowing in the hearth. It's warm, dry, and seemingly inviting. Pot's peace, a burly man says, smiling. His
I punch him.
Claw him up.
Does he have any money?
His eyes are slightly distant, revealing that his attitude may come more from a bottle than from the heart. The yams are fresh and the rum's dark as the Deepwood. A newcomer steps up beside him. Something's not fresh because it's green, Bram, especially if it's supposed to be yellow. He turns to you. He tries at least. He's not lying about the rum. Greycane, the man introduces himself with a nod of deference. I'm the eyes and ears of this town. The mouth more like, Bram offers from behind the bar. I'm also the bankroll of this establishment, he retorts with a knowing look at Bram. After a few pleasantries, Greycane leads the conversation round to the question of what he can do for a free company in Verum, in Bastogne. Hearing of your hunt, a light appears in his eyes. The son of Lord Arden's been the talk of the town. Word is he's been frequenting a certain sort of alley, being less than noble. That's where they found his seal, a noble crest bathed in blood. No body. The crust blame the common folk, but I think there's something else, and I'm glad Davenish had the forethought to bring you in. So it says here, to gain clue token 1. So we have clue token 1, we'll put that over here. If we have clue token 2, we can unlock location 4. Now choose location to continue your adventure.
I want to get a drink.
So he said the alley. He said something about an alley?
That's what you're trying to find.
I'm not going to read. Hey, we got money.
Apothecary or market or
Town square?
And I'm going to buy a new piece of wood.
All right, you need to replace
burn.
your wooden sticks. Let's go to the market then.
I call them 1/6. They're really just toothpicks.
All right, market. Location 12. The market square is filled with vendors hawking wares from carts and tables. The sound of
I
people
buy it all.
shouting and the smell of smoked meats and root vegetables fills the air. Dozens of hunched and tired shoulders make their way up from one trade to the next. You split up and casually shop the meagre supplies, whilst keeping your eyes and ears open. Now, you may each trade 1 groat for a +2 animus token if you so wish as you purchase some food.
I don't know what that means, but I will do it.
Okay. So you take one of your +2 animus tokens, that's the yellow one there. You're going to be able to trade that in to gain extra energy during the
I'll do it.
encounter.
This is like health.
It's energies, action points.
So it allows you to take extra actions.
Yes. Can I buy 2?
no, you're just full now. You've eaten enough. After an hour, you agree.
I'm like Winnie the Pooh. Sorry.
The tale you hear sheds some light on the situation, if only by the absence of anything specific. No one recalls a killing on this side of town. Everyone is tired. They complain of fearful dreams and eyes in the dark, keeping them awake at night. Tinkerer hung himself in his kitchen last week. Many blame the dreams for driving him mad, though others say this is just the way of the world. Next location to go to.
Tinkerer hung himself.
So just as a heads up here, we are trying to go to a specific location that
Gives us
launches us somewhere.
That's right.
Well, it said once we
Got one
unlock
clear,
this,
the
we
other
can
two.
go to 4. But
Sounds like things are pretty quiet here.
I think we should go to the apothecary then.
yeah, Tinkerer, right?
I'm afraid of apothecaries, but I'll go there.
All right, apothecary it is.
I won't carry you to the apothecary.
No,
'cause
we're
that's
about to hit
way too
something
far.
here.
So that means now that's covered. We're not going to be able to unlock that at the end. So we haven't done it quite fast enough. But we've
Right.
still got this.
Where's
This
that
is
kid?
what we want to do. I want to try and finish this. We've got around the houses a bit. Okay, you've heard that there is an apothecary of sorts in this quarter situated on the rooftop of a tenement. When you arrive, you find a standalone shack surrounded by gardens and a queue of people. Forcing your way through the door, you enter and find a room which is something between a library, a curiosity shop, and a vegetable stand. A young woman is hunched over a man sitting on a stool tending a wound. Wait your turn, the woman says angrily without looking up. Then you make no move. When you make no move to leave, she wheels on you, then stops. A moment of panic crosses her face, but she quickly rights herself. Oathsworn, you'd better be dying or know someone who's dying to barge in like this. You assuage her concern and tell her that you want to know about the rising body count in the town. Well, I wouldn't know that. The dead don't tend to come to me for pulses now, do they? No survivors, you ask? None that I've heard of. Not that I go looking. I've got enough to handle here with the living. She turns back to the man on the stool. As she does, a rock crashes through a lone window in the room, showering it with glass. You killed my dart, you witch! Comes a small boy's voice from outside. She cursed him, I saw it. This is followed by a sound of small feet running away across the rooftop.
It's that same kid.
The apothecary is visibly shaken. You ask her what that was about, but she's busies herself picking up glass and refuses to talk any further. If she knew anything, she was not forthcoming about it and will be less so now. Okay. So generally, at an apothecary, you actually have the ability to trade with an apothecary for curatives. Now, one of the mechanics in the game is as you get knocked unconscious, we don't actually have permadeath in the standard game. If you play hardcore mode, you do have permadeath, but in the
I
standard
never
game,
play hardcore mode.
in the standard game, when you get knocked unconscious during the encounter, your character goes off and you'll actually draw an injury card from the injury deck that will then join you, and it actually goes into your cycle of cards that are in your hand, and it kind of sticks with you until you have time in the story to rest properly. So a curative actually is something you can actually pad the deck of injuries with, and if you draw a curative instead of a proper injury, it actually means you've just had what on your hand what you needed to stop yourself being properly injured when you go unconscious. We're not playing to get the injuries today because you're not playing more than one chapter, so we don't need to worry about that. So choose location to go to.
Man, you guys were wrong about the apothecary.
Well, she's a witch.
Maybe what?
She killed a puppy dog. I said we slaughter everyone in town.
How dare she?
You want to go to town square? Feels like something would happen there. There might be a hanging.
Okay.
There
I haven't
might
seen
be
a
an
good hanging
alley.
for a while.
Let's go.
Right.
We're off to see the hanging.
Okay, what does this mean though?
So that means an event draws. So
does that happen before
happens-
this?
It does. So it happens before we actually read that bit. So then we will get to do a.
Oh, this is like a random event.
Yeah, so it's a random event. We have a deck. When you gain allies during the story, they actually pad this deck with ally-specific events. So you actually build
nice.
this deck over time, depending on the people you've allowed to join your party, because some of them might have the odd, twitchy thing about them, might have some weird stuff going on, or they might be very beneficial to you, depending on the circumstance. So so that affects that. So yeah, so now we're going to draw a card. So I'll give it a good shuffle.
Come on, hanging.
And draw a card. Right. A band of street urchins gather around you, asking for some iron flecks. They look hungry and are poorly clothed for such cold weather. Do you, 1, give them a groat each to send them on their way, or do you shoo them away?
I'd like to be clear that in this game I'm playing in character, not as Tom Vassell. I would vote to shoot them away.
Did you say shoot them away?
Whatever it takes.
Well, what if they have information?
So you're voting to give them money?
I'm the only nice one in this party. You guys are just
You
talking
are.
about slaughtering and killing and
How
killing
many
and
of them are
slaughtering
there?
and
Are we surrounded? Are they already behind us?
Yeah, how many are there? One
It says a
each?
band, so whatever a band is.
they play
One each.
music?
When
No,
they say
by
they want
magic
one
numbers.
each, does that mean one from each of us?
Just sorry,
Yes.
it's one. I misread. It's one groat.
What? One? I'll pay it.
You'll pay the groat. All right.
I'll pay the groat.
Okay, you pay the groat.
Pitter patter of feet, and you never see them again.
The children seem genuinely surprised and thankful. They leave, skipping ahead for the nearest food vendor. Each character gets a reroll token. Congratulations.
What then? Sometimes not being a
Yeah,
grumpy
okay.
bear helps out.
I don't get any reroll tokens on your dime.
That worked out for everybody, I believe.
You're all now feeling particularly good about his generosity.
Then I'll follow them and take that money back.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah, you
opposed to
don't see
that.
later on. We shake them down.
You're going to go back after the story. Okay. Smells of cooking pots and the sound of fervent bartering roll over you. Glancing around, you meet the eyes of the destitute peering from dark alleys and crooked doorways. The square itself seethes with people who retreat to give your party a wide berth when they notice you, creating an island in the roiling sea of bodies. You come to another area bereft of people. At the heart of the square is a 10-foot iron post driven permanently into the flagstones. Heavy links hang from welded bolts, and a large ring of black soot scores the area at its base. Others you have seen of this kind have been made from wood. How many people are they burning to warrant one made from iron? You canvass the area to discover that this functions as a crossroads between East and West Bastogne, and it seems no violent deaths have been discovered in West Bastogne. Gain clue 2. If you have clue 1, you get to place token 4. So if we put 4 down here, we have discovered the alley.
Oh, nice.
Now, would you like to go to said alley?
I would like to.
I don't see why we. Let's keep
Where are the
exploring.
kids?
So I wonder if they're like.
Oh,
So you think they're like just burning everyone, accusing them of witches, or something like that?
Now, if you spend one more time in this process, we're not going to get an extra unique item for completing the encounter.
Well, we're hoping that this
you wanna
is the
get through
thing,
as
right?
quick as possible. Right. Using the information you gathered and with the help of a couple of street urchins from the east side, you find the spot the noble was killed. You walk the shady alley. Even the drunken dying avoid the end of this street. Bloodstains still spatter the walls, the rain running down them having little effect on the marks. You search the area for something to help you in your task. So, reasoning check, difficulty 4 for the group.
Wait, what is this again?
This is a difficulty 4 reasoning check.
Does someone give us a bonus on that?
No, they don't.
By the way, are you playing with us? Are you one of the group? No, I mean one of the
I am
people.
playing it.
Who are you?
I am the witch.
She's a witch! Burn!
I'm undercover.
let's go back to the town market.
Normally in the world,
Here, can you hold these chains for a second?
normally in the world, the witches are actually dragged into the Deepwood by a warden. They're very heavily controlled where they're found. But there are witches amongst the populace who hide in plain sight, and some of them join free companies to be able to use their magic.
Is your name Witch?
So I am the witch. No one. We make up our own names. This is just the class.
Oh, I see. Okay, my name is Pooh.
Disgusting.
Winifred.
So does that answer if a bear in the woods?
No! I was working hard not to get that in this game.
Difficulty 4. How many dice are we rolling?
4. I'm not rolling. It's your turn to roll.
Oh, jeez. No.
It is your turn to roll.
Da-na-na-na.
4 of these?
Yeah.
Boom. Done.
Nice. Done and done.
Yes.
So, your eyes follow the trickling water down the walls, watching as it gathers in the gutters, then runs towards a nearby sewer covered with a hatch. Curious, you haven't noticed other large hatches. Coincidence? Examining the hatch, you find it's not fixed and sits off kilter. Your nose protests, but your guts tell you this is it. So, all characters gain a reroll token for your...
Man, I feel like I
Check it,
got a lot of stuff. Wait,
Trees don't have noses.
Yeah, you should have 2 of these by now.
Oh, I should, thank you. So, you squeeze through the hatch into the dark maze of rough-hewn passages, your torches glowing pale blue in the noxious air. Ankle deep in waste and muck, you slog through the winding tunnels, kicking aside rats and brushing away cobwebs, looking for any clue as to what that might be behind this. Around one corner, you stop. There is a splashing. A thick, heavy motion lumbers towards you from the shadowy side passage. Sounds of chittering and nervous clicking conjure memories of past ambushes, prompting each of you to draw your weapons. Whatever it is, it's low and hunched. This is no rat. There is something much larger and it's moving fast. Now, we need to make a secret decision.
A secret decision?
A secret decision. Do you want to attack? Or do you want to try and defend yourself? Something's coming as fast down this
I don't understand the secret decision.
So the secret decision is that we're going to decide secretly whether or not we want to do it. And we can just do this with our HP dice. So a 1, you want to attack. A 2, you don't want to attack, you want to defend yourself. Okay? Which one do you want to do against this thing that's coming quickly down this tunnel at us?
Oh, so
does majority win?
No, so if half or more of the group says to attack, we all attack. We all go in with those people. All right.
So 1's attack, and anything else is not an attack.
1
attack, 2
is defend.
Got it. I put a 3.
All right.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
I'm just voting with the group. I guess not.
Right. Okay. Overwhelmingly, we're going to attack this.
What is wrong with you, Z?
It's about time for
Warrior! Warrior!
Yeah, warrior knows when to defend. I have no idea what's coming at us.
I don't care. It's been too long. These kids have me all riled up. I don't want to hit a kid. I'll hit whatever this is. Hopefully it's not a kid.
Yeah, well, you don't know.
Before it's even clearly in the light, practice moves see your weapon passing through the approaching mass. There is a wailing scream. You step back to see what your handiwork has brought. A filthy man. A rat catcher, by the looks of his gear, lays at your feet. He wasn't what you're looking for. The body stops twitching as you clean your weapons. Not your finest moment, but there's no room for guilt here.
Yep.
A rapid search of the corpse reveals nothing of value. Faces stern.
Whoa, that's
press on.
Now I feel some guilt.
Okay.
Honestly,
to defend. What is wrong with you guys?
He knows what he did. Listen,
There's a noise in the dark. Stab at it.
you humans always sticking together, like. And the witch, I feel like we just did the witch's bidding, honestly.
We're being
Oh, yeah.
manipulated.
So actually,
We are being manipulated by an unseen force.
yeah, I didn't have any control of my actions.
Yeah, okay, we'll get you more honey.
Look.
That's the Nuremberg defense, right? So you wade through the muck trying to pick up a trail. The sewers are a labyrinth, crisscrossing tunnels. More than once, things bite at you from beneath the water, and at one point, a swarm of small dark shapes descend on you. Every character must perform a survival check, difficulty 4, or we will lose 1 HP. So a survival check is the same as a normal check. But we each individually make it rather than as a group. So everyone chooses how many dice or cards you want to roll, and if
You need 4?
you need a 4 or more. Otherwise, we're going to lose a HP.
All right, let me get a couple of those.
You're gonna do 4?
Yeah.
Do you have control?
I did 4
Can you
also.
lower it?
Here I go. Ah.
Oh, it's missed. So you've lost HP as something nibbles at you.
Here, right?
You dressed for fashion, mate, not for the road.
I guess so.
All right, I'm gonna do this.
Okay, the Addendria is good. Range is safe. You're pretty nimble anyway.
What am I doing?
So you're making a check of difficulty 4 or more, and if you fail it, you're going to lose a HP.
Can I do the cards just so we can see how they work?
How many do you want? Same as the dice. How many cards do you want?
Did you know I was going to ask that? Or did someone else already do the cards?
You're not being manipulated, man. It's fine. You are.
How did he even know? What just happened?
It's fine.
The witch. It's okay.
I will draw. I need to check a 4. I will draw 3 cards.
3 for you, sir. Then you flip them over. If you get 4 or more, you're fine.
What is that?
That's not good, is what that is, sir.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a blank.
It's a blank.
Is that also a blank?
You failed.
Come on now! You did the cards and loved me!
Hey, the good thing to know
I said
now.
they remember you, mate. I said they remember
The
you.
good thing
Doesn't mean they
now.
love you.
The good thing now is we know there's less blanks in the deck.
That is true.
Oh, is that how that
so
works?
So
Pulling
I am
cards
now
is
going
not
to
better.
draw 3 cards myself and draw the other 3 blanks.
Did you shuffle the deck?
So the white deck
I
is
may not have shuffled the
fantastic
deck.
right now, right?
Ixnay on the deck shuffle.
Hang on, I'm going to look at the top of the black.
Wait,
one.
don't shuffle all the blanks back in.
Blank.
It's alright, we need to shuffle them before the
3.
encounter anyway.
What?
Just don't shuffle so much as put the top 6 cards in the bottom.
Alright, okay, so
We
you and I
shuffle
lose a
these?
HP from that, from a terrible...
So we've been
I'll
betrayed.
remember this witch.
I'm fairly certain we have been betrayed.
Wait a minute, though. Those 6 blanks come out, though, right?
They do, but they reshuffle at the beginning of the encounter. So
Oh, so if you use it more and more.
If we lose,
Okay, so we've lost
remember
a
this
couple of
moment.
HP.
What happened to me for failing anyway?
So you
You
lose
lost
HP,
one
so
hit.
you're down to 5 rather
You're
than
down to
6.
Your die should be at 5.
You lost a little bit of fur.
And unfortunately, gentlemen, we have to add another time token to the time track, which means we're past the point of getting the extra bonus out for the weapons as we spent a bit more time.
I'm blaming the
I
witch
feel
for
like we're doing
everything.
good though, right?
That was garbage.
After several hours, you eventually find a junction that runs along the outer wall of the city. You can see the Deepwood through the hole where a mammoth foundation stone has somehow shifted. Blood trails concentrate on this point from all directions as if the bodies or body parts have been forced through the gap. The trail carries through to the opening and leads off into the Deepwood. In the bloodstains, you make out the tracks of clawed feet. There are several of them. You get the distinct impression there is more than one of these things. Do you, 1, wait and set a trap for these things when they return to the hole, or 2, squeeze through the hole and follow the trail while it's fresh?
As a bear who eats a lot of honey, squeezing through a hole seems like something I would do.
I'm down with it.
What do we do?
I vote for squeezing through the hole.
Chasing.
Yeah, but
Yes.
I'm last in case you
Well,
guys
you're a
have to pull
good
me
tracker,
through.
I know that.
Let's do it. Let's find them.
Okay.
They'll expect it less if we take it to the fight to them. That's fine with me. Let's do that.
Who are we chasing?
We don't know.
Whatever these things
Probably
are.
your family.
You squeeze through
More
the small
rat catchers.
hole.
Hopefully there's more
Let
rat
me at 'em.
catchers down here.
You squeeze through the small hole and find yourselves in no man's land between the city walls and the Deepwood. You look off to the tree line and check your compass. This item is near sacred to you as well as all free companies. It's the only chance you have of navigating your way back after you enter the Deepwood. You steel yourself and head in. Right, so we place location token 8 over there, and we are heading out. So actually we're going to go straight there, so we can put the thing down on here. And we all gain a reroll token. So everyone get yourself a reroll token. We've got
Oh
a-
snap!
I'm going to be spending these like there's no
We
tomorrow.
moved pretty fast there. The trail is not hard to follow. The sickly brush is torn and trampled by many feet. Half a league from the city walls, you come across a large circular depression littered with scraps and bones. That is when you see her, the hulking rat-like form of the broodmother. She is twice the height of a man. Her back undulates with rats that swarm around her as she lifts her huge snout, testing the air.
That's
her
gross.
great head of rotten fur, gnawing teeth rolls towards you, and with ravenous hunger, her eyes meet yours. And now, we will
And
get
then
a
there's
reveal.
love music.
So, just
Our
so
eyes mean.
So just so everyone,
Bow, bow.
Not it.
so just so everyone knows, this is a grand mystery game, right? You haven't known what you're hunting in this one, and the way we represent that in the game is whether you have the basic pledge, which is with the standees, or you have it with the mysteries. You actually have you have the mystery chest with the big miniatures. In both forms, the monsters are hidden from you until the moment you meet them. And so, if you're playing the standee version, you actually open the envelope for this chapter and be able to reveal the broodmother. If you have the mystery chest, you actually have this chest, and inside the chest is all these little boxes, all numbered, and you'd open that box, and inside would be the monster that you get to see for the first time at this point when you've now revealed what it is. So
That's
now
awesome.
I can simulate that with this lovely thing. Do you want to stick that in front of the camera? You can sit
I'm
and
out.
see the broodmother.
Holy
This is what
smokes.
we're up against.
That
And
is,
she's got a
Does
lot
it
of
even-
babies.
that is absolutely
This one's too
terrible.
close, you're saying?
It's too big.
Is that a single piece?
It's going to be in 3, so it's going to be like Lego, stick together, but they'll be pre-assembled for the mystery box. So these boxes are pretty big.
I mean, compared to the
yeah,
characters,
put
it's
Roy's
like,
miniature there. I'm a bear.
But,
Wow.
and these are 45
This is my
small
new
scales.
mount. That'd be awesome if I
So
could
these
get
are
it as a
massive
mount.
scale. One of the reasons we had to go to the massive scale is actually for I think one of the first times you can actually with one of the add-ons we have the armory box, and you can actually swap the arms in and out for the weapons you're carrying. So you can actually have your weapon represented on the model. We can do that with going hips and having these sort of slightly larger models, so we can make that work. So without any glue, you can swap the weapons in and out. So you can be representing your big maces and big axes and everything else. And that's why we had to go to this size to make it work. But these are absolutely huge, and this is just one of obviously the game is unique. Each chapter that you go to, you're fighting a new thing, something you haven't seen before, and so there is a whole range of models that we're going to be revealing that you get into. Some of them are massive monsters like this. Some of them are like big group fights and bands of enemies coming at you, all kinds of different situations.
I want to go back to the tavern, actually.
the palace skulls there, those are friendly skulls, right? She hasn't killed anybody ever, has she? Oh goodness.
No, she's just.
So does this
into
map
arts and
disappear?
crafts. She does paper mache skulls.
Is this map
Papier-mâché.
disappearing?
That's right. And so now we're going to convert it
Take
into
your
the
character
encounter
back.
board.
Dun, dun,
So
dun, dun,
we can
dun,
now
dun,
mark
dun,
that
dun,
we
dun,
have
dun,
we have
dun,
not
dun.
managed to get the extra unique items, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. That can come away, and we can remove our map.
Carpe
and go on to
diem,
the
I don't
board.
care.
So now we get to set up the encounter board. So we're facing this way, aren't we?
And the
So
app
I'll
would
set
tell
this
us
up.
how to do this.
Yep, so there's actually an extra book, which is the encounter book, that basically gives you a quick rundown of how you set up
These come off?
the things. Yes, they can come off, please. And we have all of these. And
What
here.
is this? These dudes?
Yeah, so there's some allies. So if basically these are people that we could have met during the thing, or
Oh, okay. I'll show them to the
have we not
camera while you're
potentially
setting
killed
up.
some?
I would not have killed anyone.
And this is these
One
are
will
the,
say rat
these are the
keeper
men
in
at arms.
there,
So
and
these
it's
you
like-
get. Everybody gets those to start with. They basically, because there's no downtime in the game, you never stop playing. So you can always play an ally when you're playing, rather than stopping playing when you go unconscious. Right, and then we have our broodmother, who's going to come down here.
Oh my word.
Bunch of rats here.
I mean, she only takes up a couple spaces.
And chaps, the other thing we get to reveal is this. So this is actually her board. So we actually get to flip this over and see. Now, had we taken the like different paths, we may not have been able to reveal this, depending on things, until actually the encounter falls upon us. But you can see here the broodmother has a bunch of different locations where she's going to have dice. So she's going to start with 30 hit points compared to our 6 that we get. You might be able to show that.
I really dislike the broodmother.
And you can see here all the special abilities that she gets. So something that's worth us noting is that she's going to be rolling 3 yellows and 3 whites against us when she attacks us. Her little rats here, they get 2 white might each, which isn't a lot, but they have the mob rule. And the mob rule means is when you're attacked by more than one of them, they start pulling it. So they can become quite a problem pretty quick if we don't deal with them. And she's got the release the brood ability, which means that on some of her ability cards, her stage cards here, she will be spawning rats throughout the game. As it comes down, more and more will be coming off her that we have to deal with. And she's got this huge amounts of babies that she could be chucking at us as we go. So
She's just a mother. I mean, I can't kill a mother. I'm just kidding. I don't care. It's a rat. The only good rat is a dinner.
A dinner rat.
Dinner rat.
all right.
This thing, listen, if we kill this thing, we can beat the whole town.
That's probably true.
So
We're going to have
delicious.
a big feast in the middle. Come on out, and I'm going to use wood. It's a wood burning fire.
Wait, please no.
Where do we come on?
So we come on the back row of the encounter board.
Okay.
So we all have to be
I'll be
somewhere,
here.
somewhere on the back.
I'll be right over here.
I'm not afraid. Oh, by the way, that weapon, does one of us have to have it? The brick on a stick?
No, but you can choose to. So you've
Wanna
got
be in
special
the middle
abilities
since
on each
I'm
of your
like the
weapons. So
ranger
the
person?
axe gives you more animus, so
Protect
you can
us.
trigger it as a one-time use to gain some extra animus.
guys run in.
That gives you 4 animus, that one. And it says 6, but it should be 4. And then this is a Great Maul. That one allows you to add a massive amount of damage and knockback to an attack during the fight as well. So you can swap out depending on if you want.
So you're ranged. What kind of attack do you have on yours?
I don't know.
Well, your weapon.
They're here.
So you've got 2 one-handed axes at the moment. They give you 2 animus apiece when you fight. So you don't get any extra might at the moment. I've just gave you all a yellow cube. That wants to go down your might track. This represents your weapon and how much damage it does on them.
I think we should give this to Z. He has just 2 small axes.
Yep. So he'll trade having a bit more extra energy for a big old smack at some point in the game with knockback.
Okay, I'm holding. So okay, you
Okay.
just tell me where all this stuff goes.
So then you get a yellow might dice cube there. So this represents the extra damage. Now what this says is that you can basically always use a yellow dice instead
Nice.
of white dice now, as a thing, all right? We've
Rock
also got our
on!
empowerment.
I can use as many as I want?
No, just 1 white dice. 1 yellow dice, sorry. And you can use
sweet.
the empowerment token to up it, though. So you can spend this empowerment token, and it's got 2 arrows on it. It means you can do 2 empowerments. So that means you can empower a white to a red. You can empower 2 whites to 2 yellows, or you can empower a yellow to a black if you wanted to.
Oh, I want to roll the black
So it's
dice.
basically white to yellow to red to black.
Exactly, yep.
Got it.
And empowerment means you go up a step on however many dice it says.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
so
that's nice.
I'm ready to slay this thing.
you ready? We're going in. So at the beginning of our phase, it says we haven't been ambushed, I don't believe. Let me just check. Yep, no, we haven't been ambushed, so that means that we get to ambush the enemy. So we're going to be able to go first. So the game is broken up into 4 rounds. You've got there's 4 phases: the refresh phase, the Oathsworn phase, the encounter phase, and then there's just like an end phase where we just clear up some stuff. During the refresh phase, what we will do is we actually get to regenerate a bunch of animus. Now, each of our characters generates 6 animus. Sorry, I don't believe I've given everybody a token for that.
I have 3.
This changes throughout the game, so that wants to go just in the middle of your board there on 6.
What is this 3 that I have then?
I think it might have gone on your.
That's your defense number. So that tells you how much defense you've got. So
What do you guys have? A 2?
So you got 2s. You've got a bit more. You got a plate. So
Listen, I'm the ranger. You guys need to go home and fight, and I'll shoot from afar.
So these are animus gems. We use these to activate. Now you can spend them in 2 ways. You can move, and it costs 1 animus to move 1 hex on the board.
Whoa.
Or you can use abilities. Now everybody has a set of ability cards. There's 7 cards you've got in your hand, and in the top left-hand corner is the cost to play that ability. So this is 2 animus to play this this ability. So I'd use 2 gems. Now at the beginning, during the refresh phase, we move 6 gems across to the active side of the track. So we all want to regenerate 6 now to move the gems to the right-hand side, and as we spend them, we'll move them back to the left into the reserve. So you want to be moving 6 across to the right there, Tom.
Got it.
Okay, so while I'm sort of talking, you might want to have a quick look at your ability cards. In the top right-hand corner of every card there is a cooldown number. Now we have a system that we've invented called Battle Flow, and the point of the Battle Flow system is to represent the feeling that you're in it's a grim, low fantasy world, right? And things like, you know, you don't have like endless stamina, you can't run for days and do things. You have to keep breathing, keep moving. You have to keep your momentum up as you get into a combat, and this is what Battle Flow represents. So when you play a card, it goes down on a position around your board. So there's positions here: 3, 2, 1, and 0. And in the top hand corner, it's got the number. So if this is number 2, it would go down on position 2 here, and then you would have to put other cards down on top of it to battle flow them around. So if I then play another 2, say, down to here, it will battle flow all cards underneath it at that position to the next spot. It doesn't cascade, so these ones then wouldn't move to here. And then you're moving them around, trying to push them around to get to 0. When you battle flow them at 0, they come back into your hand. Or during the refresh phase, every card that's at 0 comes back into your hand.
So my 0 card, I keep going over and over and over.
Well, it has to go on to 0. So once it goes on to 0, you won't get it back until the next turn.
Until it gets pushed back into your hand, basically. Interesting.
Guys, I got a lot of stuff that's called bite, and how do we use our axe then? How do we use our weapons in regards to these cards?
So the weapons are a kind of proc. They're a trigger. So you can use that on an attack. So your one, for instance, says when you crit, if you crit during an attack, you can basically turn that card over to gain 4 extra animus. So then you'll be able to use another turn. But you only get to use it once. So it's used up once it's done.
But it also, because I have this weapon, I have a yellow.
You always have
Got it. Can I have 2 yellow weapons?
Hey, well,
I'm assuming as the game goes by, I'll get weapons that can let me get red and black. And
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Right, so, gentlemen, we need to decide who's going to go first. I think our brave bear should go first.
I am ready to swing and bite and a lot of other things.
Make it happen.
Should I be biting the
Sounds
rat?
like a wild night out. I'm ready to swing and bite. What?
Okay, just so you know, guys,
Dancing?
your abilities are multi-use. So although you can use them for their ability during your turn to spend them with animus, you also can use them for the defense number at the bottom. So when you get attacked, you can always burn 1 card from your hand to increase your defense temporarily to save your life, basically, representing you dodging. So you're trading the immediate, the long-term offensive potential for an immediate defensive bonus, right? So you have to gauge whether or not it's a good idea to burn your heavier cards, which are better attacking, to be able to save your life in that moment before the dice is rolled, okay? So you've got that consideration as well.
Right. Where do they go after the defense? Do they go into your?
They do, and they battle flow like normal. So every time you play an ability card, you can use it for defense
as well. To push cards.
All
back
right.
into your
So
hand.
here's what I think I should start with. The cost of playing this card is in the top left.
That's right.
I think I'm gonna do a feral roar. Does that sound like a good idea?
Sounds like good to me.
All right. So I'm just roaring because I'm a warrior. Warrior. All right. So this says the whole party may line 2.
That's move.
So everybody can move 2.
Yep.
Let's go.
All right, so we're all charging off. Here we go.
And we also get a double upgrade. We get one of these.
And we get empowerment each. Right, so his mighty roar is empowering us, so we're all feeling really
So that cost me
good about this
4.
fight. That costs you 4 to do it, yep.
1, 2. You stand behind?
How does line of sight work? Like if I was behind you?
So, question.
Well, I mean, my
hide behind
character
a
has
tree?
stuff. My character has stuff that works if I'm adjacent to trees. So I'm trying to figure out if being in this space would be good for me.
Yeah. So the way that the line of sight works is you work it out from the closest edge of the hex, and then you draw it to the closest edge of the enemy. And if it intersects the terrain, you're out of line of sight. So if you were here, for instance, you can see that because this front edge,
Okay.
and that one there, there's nothing running through it, so you're fine.
But I still only shoot 4 normally.
For me to make an attack, do I have to
Well,
use a
it's probably
card,
gonna
or
run
is
up
there
on
a
this.
base attack?
I'll move
It's all on
here.
the cards. So you've got a base attack
And I
card,
can
which is
still
your 0
move
card. So if you look,
on
there's
my
a,
own
Oh,
there's
that's
turn.
what
a
feral
sword,
blow is, I see.
yeah, there's a sword icon. So the sword icon means attack throughout.
But that
it,
means
wherever you see
adjacent,
it.
right?
Yes. So for you, you're all adjacent. The only person who's not adjacent is me. Oh, the only people is me and you there.
I kind of think I should just pause here and wait, because I can't get. I only have 2 left. I can't get close enough to get them.
No, so you can save it. Yep, for next turn.
And then next turn I'm gonna have 6 move over, so I'd have 8.
Yep, for a big attack. Yeah, so you might.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause here. I roared, but then I had to catch my breath because I'm a little out of shape. I was like, "Rah!" Hang on.
Too much honey.
I got it.
The bear is pausing, is it?
Pausing.
Right. Okay.
Cool.
Right, mate.
So we can take order in any order we
goodness.
want.
Yeah, so basically it's something called the step-in rule. So it will move naturally clockwise around the table, but if anyone really feels they must go, like it's going to save someone's life, it's going to let them step in, they can say, can I step in? If the person whose turn it is says yes, then and they have to say before that person. So basically right now, I would have to say, can I step in to get ahead of the ranger? So you can step in. So effectively you can do it in any order, but it keeps the flow going much better if you have an order.
Got it.
People are moving in.
So I should be trying to spend at least 6 because I'll be or at least having 6 on this side, so it'll be coming back. My range is 4. I can
Kill
up
it.
my range.
Well, why don't you just shoot Z?
So you have a passive ability with your bow that means you can actually spend animus to gain an
Right.
additional range on any ability. So so you can spend animus to make that really long full draw attack.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. You can spend 3, hit it. By the way, I don't know what hexes it's in. Is it in this hex here?
So it's in.
No.
So this is in all the hexes that are there. These actually represent the hexes. So these dice are actually the positions on the monster. So you can attack certain positions on the monster: the rear, the flank, the sides, the front. This here is an arrow that shows which direction it's facing. So it's facing this way in these 7 hexes.
3, 4.
Now I notice that on its back is
That's not gonna help.
multiple mice.
Yeah.
Are they currently the rats? I'm sorry. Are they currently part of the rat?
Horde?
No, so they're going to be coming off. That's what's going to release the brood thing is going to be. They're going to be jumping off her back, joining the fray as we go.
Cool. Is that kind of unlimited?
Yeah.
Great. I like to point out that if one of these rats this size came, I'd probably already have left.
That'd be enough, yeah.
Just one of those. This thing is a little.
Actually, you're ready to attack? Why don't I jump in then?
Actually, what
If you don't mind.
I mean, you
Because I can
can.
get us closer.
Oh, get us closer. Yes.
I'm
that
using
would
some
be
hand
much
sanitizer
better.
because I'm doing a rat.
Wham! Roaring charge. So I'm spending 3 of these. And it says, you may move up to 5 in a straight line, ending the move. You come into contact with anything, right?
Yep.
All the friendlies may move 2 in a straight line immediately. All characters that move must end their movement step closer to an enemy than they began. You bunch of chickens.
Yeah,
I'm
so you
in.
get an extra 2 each.
So since I'm
Perfect.
done though, am I done?
And then
I can't
go
come
1,
back and
2,
do it.
3,
No, you're
4,
done. Your turn's
5,
finished.
2,
But I
3,
wanna swing.
4, 5.
It's coming up. You get
Straight
another
line,
turn soon.
huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, you can
4.
run 3, 4, 5 right there, man.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's
You
the
can
other
be
straight
right
line.
there.
No,
Straight
straight.
line.
Oh,
do you know what
straight
straight
line.
means?
He's
What are you
belting it.
He keeps running off the edge of the board.
Yeah, right.
I got it.
All right, and then I have to be adjacent to attack. I am not adjacent.
So this is either or. So you can use it for the bottom ability, or you can use it for that top ability.
Ah.
You choose which one you're doing. So you've
Got
done
it.
the top one that goes on 2. Have you?
Is the link to the campaign in our description? And if not, we'll be adding it in 2 minutes.
So yeah, so we've got 15 chapters in the base game. Hopefully we'll be able to get a few more in by the end of the campaign.
Thanks. All right, go ahead.
That's awesome.
I interrupted
Cool,
you. Do
yeah.
something.
Now in chapter 1, which is what we're in, right? In chapter 1, were we always going to end up fighting this thing?
Yeah, so yeah, it's part of the way of making a deep story. Like you make it specific. A lot of the so this is kind of an introductory one, but a lot of the other chapters are really focusing heavily on the hunt itself and how you then learn about what that monster is, how it works, and then you gauge those benefits for the time to come. So it's all connected thematically.
What is our chances here? Like, what's the percentage of us dying?
I mean, this is an introductory level, so you know.
So when we
Don't
die,
feel bad.
you suck. Oh yeah, so if you die, is the campaign over then?
No, you can choose. You can choose whether to continue on, and then you take the injuries and you take the losses. Basically, your score over the entire campaign is actually based on how many times you go unconscious. So you can press through the story and things like that, but you can as you go whenever you
remember that AP thing we
every
did?
time
I
you go
know.
unconscious, you will make a tick on the free company track, and basically so every fight matters in the long story. You're trying to get the lowest amount of times you go unconscious to show what an awesome free company you are over time, and then you'll get ranked at the end based on how well you've done.
So with my stuff, the swords, they have to be adjacent.
No, so yours is a ranged attack, so yours got a bow next to it. And so that means you get to do a ranged attack.
So any of the ones that are bows up here, I can just do that.
That's your class, so it's the...
Okay.
So basically you get to attack with your... Because you've got a ranged weapon, all yours are ranged.
All of mine are ranged.
Apart
Okay,
from
that
ones
makes it a
say
lot
there's
more,
a melee attack.
more simple.
So if I got a ranged weapon, it would be the same thing?
Yeah, so you can... if you had a ranged weapon, you could use ranged
I
attack.
would never. I mean, I want
You
to breathe in his face.
You
Well,
actually
I'm
don't
going
get a choice
to-
with the bear. The bear can't use ranged
I'm
attack.
going to
He hasn't
up
got
my
the,
range
he
by
hasn't got
one,
the
and then...
the thumbs for it.
Oh, I just realized the
Dude.
special ability at the beginning of the encounter. I should have got
2 more, yes, you should.
2 more of
Yeah, you
these.
should have 2 more of them.
Because I'm an apex predator.
That's
So
right.
even though this says double stab, can I do it from range?
No, that's a melee one, so it says a melee one.
Okay.
So guys, for those of you at home, these
can't
guys
see that
literally
many of
just
them
sat
that
down
are
at this
range.
table before we started and have no idea how to play the game whatsoever. So we're teaching
I'm just
as we
reading the
go.
cards.
To clarify, one of us knows the game, though.
I'm gonna move
If you design the
2
game, I feel like
extra.
this should not be your first play.
I'm going to do multi-shot to shoot both this rat and this
What do
guy.
you care about the little one for?
Because we're trying to take out...
Yeah,
well,
so
I mean,
1, 2, 3, 4, you can hit that one and that one. Go for it. So you're going to attack?
Does this have a Star Wars thing? If we kill the big rat, the little rats all fall over dead?
That's true.
Yes.
So that
and
once
is there a
this-
certain defense that I'm trying to get to?
Yeah,
Or
so now we get into attacks, right? So the way that attacks works, it's got the same sort of system as
Oh yeah, the Kickstarter's live now.
It's
Try
live.
to focus on
It's
this.
live. I'm here. I'm with us. We're on this. Let's kill this thing. Right.
Stretch goal. If we reach $10,
So what we got, guys, is we're into the attacking now. So it's a bit like the push your luck mechanic of the checks. You get to roll as many dice as you want, but if you get the 2 blanks, the whole thing misses. But you get to empower it and use your might on in addition to it. You also have reroll tokens you can use to kind of reroll stuff. So don't forget.
you can re-roll misses.
Yes, you can. And so that is it's 1 dice that you get with a reroll, but then you choose how hard you want to hit it. Now, this is how the damage works. Our rat here, she's got 2 defense. Now, what we do is we'll roll the damage, add it up, say you might get like 10, and then you divide. You don't subtract. You divide the damage by the defense. Okay, the numbers are never crazy high, so it's not hard division normally. But what you end up with is you end up with a number. So like 10 divided by 2 is 5, right? That means you've done 5 HP on the monster. Right. If you rolled 9, 2 only goes into 9 4 times cleanly, right? So we forget any remainders, right? So if it's the break points. So when you're calculating what you want to roll, you're always thinking about what are the break points I need to be getting to. Am I going to do 1, 2, 3 HP with the dice I'm going to roll? So you're always making choices on that how hard you want to hit. So what are you going to do?
So I'm going to upgrade some of my dice. I'm going to turn my yellow die that I get into a red die, and then turn one of my whites into a yellow. And I think I'm still going to roll... What?
Here, add all this too.
I could. But I have
ahead, come on,
rerolls.
you
I
can
have a
do
ton
it.
of rerolls, and you can use rerolls on the same die
I'm
multiple
assuming
times.
there's a limit to the number. You're limited by the actual dice in the game.
No, technically, no. Actually, you can just get to 10 and then do the. If you're feeling that lucky,
Okay.
you could keep
I'm gonna
rolling
roll
them
this.
and then remember it.
Yep.
Right, so you've got 5. Now 5 will get you 5 into 2. 2 into 5 goes twice and a bit. However, if you re-roll the red, you
I
might
am
be able to get a
rerolling
bit
the
more.
red.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad arrow.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, right. So you can't re-roll a re-roll in the game, so it's set at that point. But you've got 5, so 5 into 2, 2 into 5 goes twice. Now you're attacking from here. So what we do is you work out which of the 2 locations is closest. So you're 1, 2, and then you're 3 away from this and this hex. You get to choose which one you hit, the front or the right flank.
Hit it aside.
And this one is just dead. So this only had 2 defense and 1 HP, right? So this is just dead.
So he hit 2 places at the same time?
No, he just hits 1. He hit 2. Yeah, he did a multi-shot. So
Oh, he
hit
did that
2.
Robin Hood thing where he uses 2 arrows.
Got it.
So,
Yeah, I guess
hit
I hit
that
the side,
man.
right?
Right, so right flank goes down 2, down to 4. All right, so
Ba-ba-ba.
over to you, Matt.
Done.
All right.
And then this goes into the slot
I
over
gotta
here.
move.
Sorry, I forgot. Technically, you should have had your whole turn during the roaring charge thing, but you just step back in. But it's supposed to do a whole turn of thing, but it doesn't matter for
Oh,
this.
is there something else I would have done?
Well, you've got three animus, so is there anything you couldn't do with 3 animus?
Oh, I need to. I'm going to be done. Oh, got it.
So you need to draw a. You need to draw a bit closer with 1 extra hex by the looks of it before you can attack.
I can use
Unless I
these to
can
just
do
move one
this. I
space.
think this lets me attack from 1 away,
That's right. You can throw you can actually throw your brick on a stick at this thing.
but then I
Right.
lose it.
Yes, it will actually go down on the board, so you have to go pick it up. But you can throw it with extra damage. It's a pretty powerful attack, and you can do it right now.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay, so 3. It goes down to position 1.
All right, and it says attack +1, enemy up to 3 away, then lose the weapon. I can retrieve it by moving there. All right.
So it's an attack +1. So you're going to get 1 damage no matter what. Then you get to roll whatever you want plus the empowerment
And
dice and
it's
anything else you fancy doing.
1 yellow and whatever else I want.
You can even actually activate the mace to add extra damage to this. You get to add 4 damage to that as well, and you get to knock the rat back into her own rat, which would actually kill the rat as well.
Done. I'm doing it.
Mama! She sits down. Whoops.
That's some rerolls
Sorry, kid.
there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go ahead and kick up that to give myself another yellow there.
So you actually get 2 empowers. So you
Yeah,
get
it goes
to
up
2
twice.
dice that empower.
Oh, you fund it, so we can end the playthrough.
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. You fund it. You're fine.
Like less than a minute.
My goodness.
Like that.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
You're over.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Here we go, rat.
All right, let's finish this guy off. I mean, we just started on him.
All right, and I'm gonna do this also. Add. What's the lightning symbol mean?
That's knockback, so it's an old symbol, but yeah, you get to knock them back into the.
Okay, so I'm gonna add that to get N +4 to an attack. Okay,
Kill it!
so it's this +5 actually because I'm chucking it. Is that right?
That's it. You're chucking it, yeah. So here it comes.
When he
Massive.
chucks it,
whatever
does he
I
lose
roll-
it?
Yeah, it's literally chucking it at the rat, and it's going to end up near it. He has to go pick it up after.
Good thing we gave you the extra weapon.
All right, it's all right. It's done some missing here, so he's got some re-rolls though. He can bring in
The reroll lets you roll how many dice?
1 dice. So you need to re-roll at least 2 of them to be able to get it to land.
Oh, I can do these one at a
Oh,
time,
but that's
right?
that's an explosion.
Yeah, so the explosion's there, but he needs to look at his miss, I think. Oh, God. So you've got that, so you need to re-roll. One of those needs to be a number, or else the whole thing still misses. So you need to. It's good. It's good. Right, there's now the crit comes
Now, when
in.
when you get the crits, it has to be the same color.
Yeah, so you get a red. He gets
Oh,
a red and a yellow.
Wait, and a white.
This rat's in trouble.
And then at this point, blanks don't.
And I cannot re-roll these.
Yes, you can re-roll that if you want to. If you want to use burn everything for the first turn.
What do we care?
That's a crit. It is a crit.
counts.
Another red. Another red down.
Anybody says cocked die, dies.
Excuse me.
All right, so I'm getting all this +5.
So you
Well,
get a new crit.
You get another
dice.
crit
Keep
because
it
you
going.
rolled.
Keep it going. Right,
There
so
you
let's add
go.
it up. My goodness.
All right, so that's 10, 11, 14, 15 till 20.
I think that
We
side.
we round in America.
Right, whatever it is, you've just got this big old brick on a stick. You've chucked it with all of your might with a giant feral scream and just crushed the right flank of this, the left flank of this broodmother. The entire dice goes. All right, you've completely caved
But
it in.
there's no more extra damage going in.
No, you've just crushed a location. At the end, you're just mashing meat. Right, at some point.
That's gross, but I like the description. Now, if he
Makes
hits
me
from that
hungry.
side again, does it go into the middle?
Yeah, so you always hit the closest die. So even if he attacks again, he'll be able to hit one of these other things. He can actually now hit the core, which is,
Does the rat lose anything by taking different parts off?
Sometimes they will lose things. Sometimes they give you benefits. There's things that happen under the dice.
Like, for example, if it was a giant person and he had a big axe and we took out his arm, maybe he'd lose that ability or something?
Yeah, so we actually the way that we've lent into it is actually that you gain benefits from attacking rather than removing cards and things from the deck, because we found actually it's actually not quite as fun removing cards. We had that in the early days actually, where you actually got rid of cards based on locations. But we're teetering on it because it's actually not a difficult thing to add in. So we're actually kind of teetering on whether or not we have that. So, but before the release, we'll have a definite answer on it, obviously. But right now, it's you gain benefits, things from it, and you occasionally gain some negatives depending on what's under the dice. Now,
Gotcha.
this is what happens right now. This is grimdark, right? Crushing an entire flank of a beast like this doesn't kill it; it just makes it angrier, right? And it's coming for you, see. So we have here a phase deck.
Oh, wait, you haven't gone yet.
It doesn't matter. This is a reaction. So what happens the second this thing
Sorry, Z.
the second this thing happens, we draw a card off the deck. Now, every boss has 3 stages it goes through. It changes its behavior as you go through the game.
Yeah.
All
Let's
of them
kill
do
it before it
different
gets to
unique
stage
stuff.
2.
So
Yeah, for sure.
this is what's going to happen, and it's going to focus on you. Normally, the target standard is closest target, but then there's often a specific target mentioned on the card. But in the case of a reaction, it's always you, mate.
Also, he is
Also
closest
closest.
anyway, so.
All right. Okay. Encourage. Okay, you might be all right.
Oh, it's
here.
encouraging
You
me.
might be all right.
Hey,
good
well
job.
done,
you're
good
doing
sir.
a good job, young man.
Spiffing, good throw. Right, okay. It says here, it says the broodmother wills her offspring to close on the prey with a frenzy and gnashing.
Oh, she's
of teeth.
encouraging her kids. Sorry.
It says release the brood with 1 extra rat. Now, the way that the release the brood mechanic works is that the brood are released on her the closest empty hex to her back. So the closest empty hex to her back is actually around here because they've all been filled. This one here. And then we've actually got a choice here. She's now completely surrounded, you might see from an arc. And then we've got basically a 1 rule to rule them all when it comes to deciding on positioning, placing, anything like that.
The one that helps us best.
It's the rule of north then west, right? So there's compass points on the board which help with movement. Basically, if you've got a choice between 2 hexes on where something can go, for instance, in this case we can spawn it here or here. We always spawn it on the northwesternmost, right? So the northernmost, they're both equally north. So then we go to the most western. It spawns there, right? And that rule basically covers everything. So she's added 4 new rats to the table.
So you knocked a whole bunch of rats off her back.
I also crushed her entire flank.
I'm only looking at the negative side of this.
I'm not.
It then says she runs north, so she's now going to turn around and run away from you. See, right? So she's going to run north, 1, 2, and she actually bounces back because when they hit the edge of the board, they bounce back, and that pushes her out the way.
Wait! I was like, oh, good, we won! Oh no!
What you did do is that you actually hit her so hard, though, she crushed the tree, so the tree is destroyed when she runs into it, and she kills the rat.
My
that knocks her back into.
people!
So you've done a heck of a lot of damage there, Zeke.
I'm sorry, Roy, but your turn kind of pales at this point in time.
Okay, so what it does say
Absolutely.
though is that each rat here will gain, basically gains an extra white dice on it attack. So they're basically 50% more deadly than they were a minute
Oh,
ago.
thanks a lot, Z.
Right.
Never mind, I take back what I
But
said.
you're
Roy, you're the
fortunate, she
best.
didn't actually
How
come
many did you kill on
specifically
your
for you
turn,
with an
though?
attack this time.
I
So
encourage
you're
everybody
actually
with a
okay here.
successful roll.
So you're all done, so now it's my go, right? So now the witch actually has a different mechanic to it somehow. We've got lots of different.
Wait, you're a
unique
witch?
bits, but I'm a witch.
No, he said he was hiding, and we're like, oh, we thought you were here. You were the ballet or something.
What I have here is I have water and fire tokens, these fire hexes, and I actually get to place these around. This is grimdark, so I can't just like summon fire out of the air. I actually have to set fire to things and then nurture that fire to spread it around the board, and then I can consume it to power my spells and abilities. So I get
You
to
keep
place,
saying grim dark. I don't know what that means.
It just means it's kind of like low fantasy. It's realistic. It's as if you and I were actually in these woods doing it, rather than some superhero who can just fight for days and.
No, I
and do
never
whatever
did know
and
the difference
stuff.
between low and high fantasy. So low means it's.
Less magic.
Yeah, low means that often magic has a cost, and it tends to be very rare. Whereas high fantasy is much more sort of D&D-ish, where it's just like almost, you go into a tavern, you find you can't swing a cat without hitting a mage or a druid or something like that. It's very rare. So as
Got
you
it.
this, both are good. Just this one is grimdark. So the what have I got here? I've got something called elemental suffusion, which I can spend 2 animus on. It goes down onto position 2, and what it allows me to do is if I have no elemental hex around me, I can actually place one within 2. So I'm going to place a fire hex. 1, 2. I'll put that
Well,
one
you better
there.
be careful you don't run into this
And I'm
fire.
gonna
Can this
place
fire
that
hurt
one
us?
here. Yes. So if you run over
It's
the fire,
fire.
you'll lose HP.
I'm a bear with an
some stuff?
axe. Don't tell me what I'm scared of.
I mean, you've got a lot of fur, mate. First,
I
pretty
used to.
flammable.
I used to.
Then what I'm doing,
Then I had kids.
I'm using my special ability. Now, the special ability I've got here is that it allows me to spread a hex to 2 other hexes. So I'm going to take the water here and spread it to here and here.
Why are we spreading water?
I'm spreading water around because I need that to be able to cast my abilities. All my abilities, on top of having an animus cost, have an elemental cost to them as well. Right, and then let's see what I can get off here. I've got 4 animus.
I have a sneaking suspicion that when you're done, the rats are going to go before we get to go again.
The encounters phase happens.
Yeah,
next.
yeah. The bad guys
Right.
are going to go.
So the ice spike comes down. That's a 2, so that allows me to put battle flow this card around to 1, and it takes me all of my animus. And I get to spend 1 of my water, which I'll spend this one. And what this means, I've got a range 3 attack with a +1 damage. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, so I can hit this one. However, I do have
Yeah, I have an ability where I can
here.
throw the small rat at the large rat.
Okay, I'm going to use my +2 animus here to actually move a little closer because I need to be a bit closer. So I'll just keep an animus back. That's
So I can bite the rat.
And I'm going to shoot the rat in the face.
Yes! With what?
Right, so I'm going to use cards for this. I don't trust my arm when it comes to dice.
Well, we don't trust the cards after you, quote unquote, shuffle them.
Let's do a big old attack though. So we'll get a blackout, a yellow, and another yellow, and then one more white. So
you're.
Did you upgrade like crazy?
A black and a yellow and a yellow and a white. There we go.
Got it.
Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. Okay, right, I missed with the yellow. Now I think I might need to shuffle that one just in case that had the same curse as the white ones. But yes, so we've got up to 3 so far. I'm going to use a reroll token to get a 2. I'm up to 5. Sorry, 6 plus the 1. I'll get this. It brings me up to 7. So I'll stick with that because that's pretty safe damage. I've gone 3 HP to the head with a big ice spike. All right, so now it's the encounter's turn. So the encounter gets to have her go, and we've got a fair amount of rats to deal with here, boys. So let me just move that down a little bit for you. There's just like a discard pile that we can have for the different things.
So each rat's going to move separately?
So the rats are going to come at us, and they're going to move separately. They all come at the same time, though.
I feel pretty safe. It looks like they're mostly going to attack you guys.
So the card she draws is Tail Whip. So a barbed tail thicker than your leg comes round in a brutal arc. So we release the brood. The brood is...
Again?
Yep, they are coming down. We've got a lot more rats here. They're around those 3 at the back there.
Is there like a limit on rats? Is it limited by the miniatures?
Yeah, there is only 12. So if you want 12 on the board at a time, you're not going to last long to worry about adding more models.
Well, I better see some fire and water stuff happen here.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It takes a lot. Osmosis takes time. Right. Okay. So what we've got here, we've got moving forward towards the target. So what you do is you pick the closest target. We've got literally 1 here for Z. So the way we deal with this thing is like there's a lot of stuff going on this board, right? So we've got an easy way of actually moving the monsters around, where you actually pick up the monster, you work out where it's going, and then drop it down, and it pushes everything else directly away from it.
So it doesn't actually kill them unless it was pushed into them.
Yeah, so it's pushing and knockback. Knockback does damage. Pushing just means that everything just gets moved around a bit to make it easy. And then it says she turns away from her target, and here comes the tail. Bam, 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 bam. Now the bear fortunately just manages to dodge this tail because it comes out in an arc like this, and it's going to hit you with the thing. So she's going to knock you back 3, and she's going to attack you with all of her might.
All right, I'm going to do this after an adjacent enemy rolls damage. So I guess I'll.
Yeah, so you can wait for that. Now, what you
wait
do
on
get a
that.
choice, though, is you get to choose, if you want to burn 1 card right now before this damage happens. So you can choose one of your cards, put it on cooldown, and see what happens.
So I actually have several cards
there
that
we go.
allow me to swing back
yes, so
when I'm attacked.
So you've got an encounter. Sorry, not an encounter. Sorry, an interrupt card. So interrupt cards are a hand that's like this on the card. That means you can
Which
play.
one?
It's a hand like that on the card. It's an interrupt. That means you can play the outside of turn sequence. So you can often use it during an attack of an enemy to do stuff. So for instance, you have the ability challenge, which allows you to.
Oh, I could have it attack me instead of Z.
You can take the hit, right?
You want it?
You can bite them as well. You can headbutt Z, and there's a whole bunch of different.
Hang on.
Finest
Actually-
ale in town.
Yeah, but he's not. So I could have it come hit me.
If you're within range,
What's the range?
I think it says on there.
Oh, within 2. Sorry, man.
Not good yet. You need to be a bit closer.
Weakling
I'm
of
like-
a bear.
But I'm trying to help him. Like, come get me. Don't hit Z. I'm doing it real quiet over breath.
Yeah. All right, I'm doing that for the 3 defense.
Okay, so you're going to get 3, so you've gone from 2 to 5. Now here comes the damage. We say you roll your own doom in this game.
Wait, they have their own decks?
They have their own deck, their own encounter deck, just for their cards. So they've got 3.
We don't ever roll the dice for them. It's always decks for the bad guys.
You can use either, but for a more consistent play, doing the cards will give you perfect numbers over time. So it means you won't get the boss just randomly one shot on you and stuff. Which is, but playing the dice is also cool.
So am I
It's
flipping
whatever you
these?
want. Yep. So okay, good. 2 blanks. That's what we want to see. And we don't want to see all those things.
Wait, do they also have exploding dice?
that's
No, they don't
crit.
crit, they don't miss. They're more consistent in their damage, so we don't need to worry about that. But they've done 8 damage in total. Now, you had 2 defense before. If you had tried to face tank that with that 2 defense, 2 into 8 would have gone 4 times. You would have been nearly dead in a single attack. However, because you played the big one, you've got 5. 5 into 8 only goes once, right? So you only take 1 HP. It's pretty good.
So what about this, though?
You do have the ability to
I don't know if it
headbutt.
matters. Let me see. It won't matter because they'll drop it down. This one lets me, if I headbutt, It says remove one of the enemy's attack dice, your choice.
That's right.
That still
Is this what
that
you
still would
use?
leave me at 5, right?
Would, so it wouldn't help you in this case.
It wouldn't help me, yeah.
So you don't need to use it up right now.
So does this say you can spend 2 to attack?
Yeah, so that's instead of using its tree climb ability. Yes, he could do that. So he's basically he can use it for the tree climb, use it for the attack, or use it for defense when the thing comes up. So lots of different things, choices you can make. All right, so then that was just the rat. You get knocked back 3, mate. So you're going.
Oh, I
1,
should
2,
have
3
taken
over
1
here.
from 5. I already had 5, I think, from the
Yeah, so you're down to 4 now.
the things that were
Now
biting.
the rats in. Now the rats have a movement of 4, and they all move in one at a time, starting with the northernmost. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not going to be able to move to either way in either one of those things. So it's going to come this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one, these ones go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to go this way. 5. This one's going to get in there though, to there. This one's going to go to there.
Does he still have that 5 defense?
This one's going to go to there. No. That was in reacting to that just one attack. This rat's going to come in here and actually going to go through to my witch, which is kind of what I thought would happen. So what we want to do is we're just going to roll 2 red dice. If one of these is a crit, which it isn't, it would have lost HP, but it didn't. So it's
These have 2 hit points?
1 hit point each, and this one's going to come around here. So unfortunately for me, there's 3 rats on me and there's 2 on you over there, Z.
I'm still feeling pretty good about this whole
because you're not
encounter.
fighting. Step up.
I'm cheering. I'm like, go get him.
Now
we're
we're still under the effect of encourage, which means that each of these rats gets 3 white dice each. So over here, I'm about to get blatted by 9 white dice.
Is it all together?
Yeah, all together. They've got the mob rule, so they all roll their dice all at the same time, cuts down on play time, and means they're really threatening now. So it's 9 I have to deal with. So
I would help you, but I can't.
Yeah, we noticed.
Okay, I'm gonna.
The bear's over there just like, I don't see what the big deal is.
I'm gonna burn my shivering
It's
blast.
just a rat.
All right.
So shivering blast means I get +3, same as you did, Z. I just need to survive this. So we've got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whew. Okay, so 5 into 11 goes twice. I lose 2 HP. I go down here. If I hadn't done that, I would have died. Yeah, we're still good. We're still
What about
alive.
Z?
Z, right, so you're over there. You've got 2 rats on you. So you're going to draw 6 cards, which is the rest of the deck.
All right.
Wait, is
Do
it
you wanna
divided
play-
by 2?
Do you want to play a defense card?
Because he doesn't have any ambrosia to play a defense card.
He doesn't need the animus. It's you play a defense card for free.
Sorry, not ambrosia.
He has 2 here. Though.
Dessert, is it?
He has 2 here.
Yeah,
Right.
he doesn't need to use it though. He does have 2 that he could activate at any point if he wanted to. So, for
Right.
instance, if you wanted to power up and interrupt, you
I
have to do it.
I forgot I had that. I would have attacked on the first turn. I would have run up as the bear. I forgot I had the extra 2.
I'll do it mostly to push this.
All right, you're taking 6 to the face and you're going to have 3 defense for it, right?
Yeah.
See what happens. I hope he's still alive. Then.
You're fine. You're fine.
4,
Okay.
5, 6. Okay, so 6. So you went up to 3. 6 into 3 goes twice. You're down to 2 HP, mate.
So no, I'm gonna
Oh,
play
here we
this.
go,
I'm
good
gonna
stuff.
headbutt.
Good, right.
I
Headbutt comes
remove
out.
one of the 2s.
So that means you're down to 4 damage. 3 into 4 goes once. You lose 1 HP. So that just saved your life a bit there.
Does
Right,
the headbutt actually hurt the rat?
No, it's just a distraction technique.
And with him
And since
putting,
it goes in here, it pushes this to here.
But
Yeah, that's right.
does it push all the rest along? Or?
No. It doesn't
No,
cascade.
they don't cascade.
Right,
Oh,
so it just
gotcha.
moves there. So you've got to put a bit more effort into getting it back into your hand. Right, so we've run through the whole white deck now. So the white deck is now over here, recharged again. So
So that's one whole round.
that's all the rounds done. So now we get into the next round. Now things will start moving a little bit quicker now. So we all get 6,
I will now be involved.
6 animus. Here we go. We also get all cards that are at 0 back into our hands.
Now we have 8 animus here. Where did that number come from?
That's your starting setup. You've got a character card that tells you have 8 animus at the beginning of the game.
So this 2 here is not worth it unless I.
You can spend it any time.
But I won't have 10.
Yes, you would have. Well, you effectively would have. You would kind of have to. It lets you regenerate 2 immediately.
I need to spend it first before I can get it.
because you can do abilities in any order. You can do it.
Got
and
it.
then do it, and then.
Guys, I'm gonna whail this thing.
All right, let's get
Do
some
it.
damage out.
Show us how it's done.
Should I whale it or should we kill the rats?
I mean, Z
should wail.
might need a little bit of help here.
I'm fine.
Help me, bear.
Oh.
I got some really. See, the problem is if I was close to the rats, what happens if I run through that water?
It takes you
Get a
2 to
little
move
bit
out of
wet,
it.
I mean.
So it's 1 animus and then 2 to move out of it.
Because I got a swipe. I could go in there and I'm pretty sure I could kill all the rats.
That's true. That's true.
at the same time, what's the worst thing I can do to this thing here? Ironhide, boring, bite. Get rid of an enemy's
Worst thing you
attack
can do is
die.
take it out to dinner.
Feral blow.
Sounds good.
I can replenish the combat card decks. Oh, that's interesting.
So that's these. You actually get to reset these. So if basically you find that you're in a situation where all of it's just nothing but blanks in there, and you've got no reason to ever do it again, you can just force the reset with a couple of animals. Basically, like taking a breath. And then
That's cool.
you go.
So I could also kill the rat
Do a thing.
and hurl it at the thing.
Yes, you can toss the rat.
I
yeah.
want to kill a bunch of rats. Okay, so I'll spend I guess 3 to go 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yes, delicious.
Then I'm gonna spend 4.
Now you're kind of in my way. That's fine.
Did you mess up already?
That's fine.
I'm stealing his glory. I'm gonna spend 4 to swipe, which pushes us down. Wait, this should have been. I should have played that here.
Yeah.
Then this pushes down here. Okay.
Okay.
I get attack up to 3 hexes in my front arc. Great. Roll once and apply damage to all the targets. So I'm normally, let's see here.
You just need to do 2 damage?
That's right. It's not. These are these are like fodder, really. Not.
It's pretty good, Tom.
Upgrade
you just
'em.
gotta do 2 damage.
What's their defense though?
Excuse me.
What's their defense?
2. So
So
you
I
don't
need to
a
do
lot.
4.
No, you only need to do the 2. It's because they've only got 1 HP each.
I only need to do 2.
So it's
I
not a
think
lot.
I shouldn't even upgrade my dice or anything. I got rerolls.
I agree.
Pretty safe.
Save them.
Just got it. Perfect numbers. Right. So
I'm not
bang,
even
bang, bang.
rerolling.
1, 2, 3. You wipe out the whole line of rats.
Wipe out!
Okay, and that's kind of your turn's kind of over.
I still
there.
have 1, and I could do another 2.
Yeah, so you could move in a little bit closer if you want to be the target for the broodmother.
You should totally
helps
do
the out,
that.
perhaps.
You want to be the target for the broodmother?
Shouldn't I?
It depends how much you care about Z.
Stop.
Pass. Solid pass.
No, I'll do it. I'll spend this 2 token, and I will move right there.
All right, so hopefully she'll be. You'll draw her.
Do I have a 1 attack? I could hit her again. I don't. Oh wait, I have bite. Bite's free.
I think it costs some animus.
It says 0 on it. Oh, it's at the very bottom, you mean?
That's right.
All right.
So it's either or.
Got it.
I'm going to do ricochet. So this allows me to
He's shooting
attack an
off my
enemy. And then it goes to another enemy within 4. So I could technically shoot this rat
Yep.
and then shoot into that, or shoot that rat.
Yeah, you can.
Nah, go for the big one, dude.
Yeah, I'm definitely
That's
going to
awesome.
shoot that rat and then go for the big one.
That's cool.
We're so glad we
Cool.
brought
This is
you.
going to go here, and that cost me 3. And then I'm going to do probably.
At some point I need to go pick this up, but it's
Yes.
underneath that giant rat.
Okay.
Yeah, that
I'm
can be
going
a
to
problem.
Wait, did you throw the big one?
Yeah.
again.
Why did you throw that one?
I hit it, didn't I?
You did.
You did hit it really flipping
And at
hard.
the rate we're going, you may have been the only person to hit it.
Yeah, well, then get off my back.
I killed more things than you did, though.
Yeah,
I just need to
tiny
not roll
things.
blanks.
It wasn't tiny.
Okay, we're going to do this.
I don't know what we're doing. Oh,
We're attacking with this.
It's good. 7. Did you get any
Nice.
more bonus damage from your ability? No, but what you do
No, I
with that
don't have
7
that.
damage, you can divide that 7 however you want. So you can spend 2 of it on killing this one, and then the rest can go on the broodmother. Or you could do 2 on this one and 2 on this one and wipe them both out.
Yeah, I guess I'll do the 2 on that and then the rest on the broodmother.
All right, so that one's gone, and that means we've got 5 moving on to the broodmother. 2 into 5 goes twice, and you're hitting her left flank, which is here. So that means you get a choice of which dice you want to hit.
Which one?
This one, or this one.
So you haven't attacked the back yet. I guess we'll just hit the core, right?
Okay, so you got to take 2 off the core.
Yeah.
So it's under 4.
Is it going to hit him again, or is that only when we destroy a whole section?
So only when you destroy a section they react.
Yeah.
So
All right.
So let's get them all down to 1.
Well, then you have
And
to do
then
separate
fire
attacks
attack.
to do each one, so that makes it
I don't know.
really.
I want to see the witch do something.
she's coming. It takes a bit of build up.
All right, here I go. I'm gonna do.
Oh.
I'm gonna do a sweep myself. So 4.
Oh, I thought I had like a unique ability. Now I feel a lot less interested in it since.
And I get
Z's
to
doing it.
attack up to 3 hexes in front of me. And it looks like I gain what? Pushback? Is that what that
Are
is
you
for
only
each
allowed to
enemy
do one
hit?
attack
That's an
each turn, or can
power,
you
so because
continue
you're
to do
hitting
more?
two,
I guess
you
as long as you
get
have the
power plus 2
ambrosia.
on that. So you've got no.
know
You're basically
why
you actually have no weapons, right?
Oh.
You're actually punching these rats.
Well, I have these,
But
don't I?
you do, but you don't. You had to bring. You actually brought that one to the fight, so they're in your bag technically over here.
Got it.
So you're punching these rats, right? But because there's 2 of them, you're getting pretty angry about it. You're empowering your plus 2. So instead of using whites, you can use up to 2 yellows if you want. When you're
Here,
doing
look, if there's
thing.
anything I learned from King Kong is you grab their mouths and then you rip them open.
works every
Got
time.
it.
I
Fantastic.
was thinking, after you're done,
In both
I
King
was
Kong
actually
movies.
going to do another attack as well, but that's fine. I was going to spend my last 3 since I only spent 3
Oh,
with
I
the first
didn't know
3.
you weren't done. Go ahead.
So, either way, I mean, I have this thread the needle,
barbarians.
which
Well,
allows
that
me,
pushes this.
My turn.
which allows me to attack that again, and I can choose a location on the enemy and fire. If it's the rear, it gets plus 2. Is that for the actual attack?
Yeah,
getting
if you're shooting the monster in the rear from the rear, you thread the needle and you get extra damage. But you're attacking it from the left-hand side.
Right.
I love how I have no weapon and I'm looking at this thing right in the back. I'm like, all right.
Okay. I'm just going to attack with this time. And I'm going to re-roll one of these so that my roll doesn't fail.
Oof.
I'll
the
re-roll
other
the
one.
opposite one.
Right, it's got
Okay.
it. You got the crit, so you get.
And then I have a crit, so I get another one, and the blank doesn't matter if I roll it, so...
It's good though. That's what you needed. So you got to your break point of 6, which means 3 damage comes off of you're hitting the rear, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So does that make +2 to that?
You only get it if you're attacking from the side, so you're not attacking in the rear.
Oh,
from
okay,
the
okay,
rear.
okay.
So
You have to be directly behind
that's it. You need to be able to see. You have a good
So
eye.
many jokes.
it. Come on, man! I'm trying to play.
Must.
Done. I'm done. Okay, you're good now.
Bear is
myself.
over here giggling. All right, fine. So I did this thing. I get 2 yellow dice. Do I get anything else?
As many white dice as you want, but you only need to get 2 to be able to.
Yeah,
land, so.
right.
You did it. Oh, and with crits as well, with a plum. Actually, that helps you because your special ability is Unbound Rage. So every time you roll a crit, you actually get an animus back. So you can actually gain an animus from that.
So I should roll the extra just in case.
It's only
right.
for one per. It's only one per attack. But
okay,
if
then it
you
won't
attack
matter.
with an attack that crits, you get
Got
an
it.
extra one. But you wipe those out, so clear off those rats off the board, and then you get a.
Those 2 rats are now in my bag of holding. I also
It's
call
low
it
fantasy.
Lunch
It's like a
box, I call
backpack
it.
of holding.
There you go.
Did that. I got 3 of these left, possibly some more left. So I can
Now,
use
when this
these
thing
to move as
Expels
well.
rats from its joints. Is it 4?
3 per time.
All right, so we've killed 6 rats, so we're ahead.
How do I?
I've checked.
So weapon throw won't work
These
because
are
I don't
word
have a
problems I give to
weapon,
my kids.
right?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So my
he's
weapon
saying
throw
something
won't
serious.
work because I don't have a weapon to throw.
No, you have no weapon.
And then the primal strike here says it's an attack.
Yeah, so actually this is worth describing. So actually the Primal Strike is your 0 cooldown ability. You get this throughout the game, that never changes. You can actually change your loadout between chapters. As you level up, you gain new cards. New cards can be brought in to change your cards. You always have 2 1s, 2 2s and 2 3s, but you get to choose your loadout, right?
Okay.
Now the 0 card is always the same. It always allows you to move cards back into your hand, but it can either attack or you can, for 1 animus, rotate any 1 card on cooldown, just 1 around. It doesn't battle flow stuff, but
One card.
1 card around, and then for 2 you can replenish your combat decks if you're using the cards, all right?
Got it. I'm good. I'm actually going to do that then. I'm going to rotate this here because I'll probably push that whole stack as a
Yep.
block with this because it's a 1.
Yep.
Right.
And if you survive, you'll have it.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll have what you need. Right. So you're going to. You're
I'm good.
Cool.
I do have all this, but I could just keep it there, right?
You can move in if you want.
I could
Depends
move.
if it depends
yeah,
how
that's
defensive
true.
you're feeling really against the thing. Because if you get smacked again in a low defense situation, it can be dangerous for you.
Well, right now, I feel like I'm going to be
All
absorbing
right, I'll move
something.
1, 2 up in that little rat's face.
Which is kind of where we want it, because you have the best defense, right? So.
I just killed your cousins.
I'm hoping so. We're about to
Go
find
ahead.
out.
Thank you. Right. Let's
I want to see this witch use this water that I had to slosh through to some effect.
I've already ice spiked it in the face. We're doing pretty good.
I'm just saying.
True, I did see that.
You slowed me down. I was like, who put this water here? This better be water.
God, too.
Witch was like,
I'm gonna
Nice.
put some more water out. Spread it off that.
This water is very grimdark.
I want to get this.
Oh.
Right, for one, I'm going to move that one around there to that.
That was a bad idea. Which is like, no one drank the water, right?
No, but if anyone would have, what would have happened? It's hypotheticals.
You know what? The whole fire and water and ice spike thing, I'm beginning to think she may be a witch.
Right,
That'd be hilarious in the whole story. The tree over here is like,
It's kind of wasted.
she seems very,
Magical for some reason. Like
Intelligence
magic
really
and
low
things.
over there.
yeah, right.
All right, actually, there's a situation here. Right? I actually found at my own game here. Right, there's something I should have done, which is actually a bit clever, and it's worth explaining. So, what I did is I actually used my zero cost ability to rotate this one card around close to my hand. Right. However, what I should have done is actually played this card first, because this card was already here. So if I played the one down onto this one, it would have battle flowed it for free. I wouldn't have need to pay the cost. Which then, when it comes here, if I played that, I could then battle flow this card to here, put that down, and get that back into my hand, which no one's going to see that I actually just did.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like I've been bewitched.
I mean, I get what you're
I
saying.
agree. That was a good move.
But basically, it just highlights the manipulation of cooldown as you
No,
go through.
I got that.
That's
I just,
cool. That's cool.
I don't quite understand what you did.
I
but
got it.
I understand
It's
what
all
was going
halfway
on.
here.
He should have played
the
a card
order
first to push
mattered
a card
in
as
order to get
opposed
stuff
to...
back in. Yeah.
Sure,
Yes,
sure.
please take all of my money.
All right, well, that
Possessed.
one goes around there. Cool. I'm done with my turn now. It's the rat's turn, so she's moving into this thing. By the way, when we take...
Is there a way I can spend something to have her skip her turn? What do I got for tokens? Rerolls, upgrades.
She's not the most polite.
You've got so many tokens left. I've used like all of mine. I've just
That's
been like, upgrade all
That's
the
because I'm waiting
things.
for the attack. It's coming now.
All right, so here
You're
it
going to be
comes.
like, upgrade it all to black.
No, so we're going to be releasing the brood again.
Again?
Yeah, one of the ones.
Here they
Why is
come.
everything released brood? And why are they all next to me?
There we go. That one there. That one
They
there,
always
we've
come
got
out of
that
the-
one, and that one's just going to go
Never
here.
mind.
Doesn't look good, gentlemen.
Right, and
We just
then
got brewed.
It has
she's
been
gonna
an
move-
honor.
She's going to move forward to her target and attack. Now she doesn't need to move far because the Ursus is right there, and it
Hey!
reverts the closest to standard.
Oh, hi.
Then she's going to move southwest afterwards, but she's going to attack you first. So right, she's going to be drawing 3 yellows and 3 whites.
Okay, before we do this, is this where I decide if I'm going to play a defensive
That
card?
is right. Yeah, so you can play a card if you want to right now.
So it's free to play the card?
Free to play the card, and it does battle flow cards as well.
Do it.
I have like I have really good defense. I got a 4. I don't know if I should play the 4 though, because I already have 3. Dividing by 7 is not much different than dividing by 6. I should look and see what they do. If I use bite, oh, this is after they do damage, so then I could use it as a
Yeah,
defense.
so you could try and face tank it and then bite her after the fact, and then reduce the.
I want to
damage.
use a lot of these cards for other things though. Well, I'm just gonna do very boring. I'm gonna add 2. So this goes to the 1, which flows this to here. Okay.
All right.
Draw your own doom. Then let's turn
Alright.
over and see what happens.
Here's my doom. Ready? Yeah, you stupid rat. Oh, in your face. I hate you. Ha ha ha. Oh, you're garbage. Oh, you're.
Are you kidding?
What in the world?
Now it's way nastier.
Wow. Okay. No HP loss. You're absolutely fine.
And then now the little rats are like, hey.
Yeah, there has been a lot of damage, a lot of blanks drawn from the deck now, so
Oh,
that means that deck is
jeez.
spiked. But that was, yeah, okay, well done for drawing really well. So you're fine.
That's how you draw.
Then it says she moves southwest 3, so she's going to move this way. 1, 2, 3. She's actually going to come down right on my character here, so that one moves out the way.
She steps in the water though.
She
Please
does
tell
step
me that
on the
hurts
water.
her.
She steps on the water, so it means that it slows her down. So moving out of that place is going to be a little harder for her now, but she's now right in the whole of our faces. And then the rats get to attack. So the rats
They all
are
passed.
going to move. This one's going to move 1 there. So there's 2 on 2 here. So there's 2 on Yuzi and 2 on you, Tom. So they're back to their old damage. So it's only 2 white each.
Okay, let's.
So they're going to roll 4
right.
each.
Here I go.
2 white each. So it's 4 in
Battle
total
flow.
against you.
And that's
I'm playing
divided
that
by
for the
3.
defense, battle flowing all these to here.
You know
Yep.
what? I don't see any. So I'm just assuming. Let's say I get 4 2s. That would be 8.
That's 5. Goes once into 3, right?
Yeah, so playing that 1 actually saves you from losing 2 HP there.
Did.
All right, so let's see if Tom's as lucky.
Well, hang on before you do. I can play another card, right?
Yep, you can play a card there just for you over
There
there.
you go.
Is there a 0 card? If I play that, this one will come back to my hand, right?
Yeah, but it'll come back anyway after this fight.
Yeah, the 0 is not worth any defense, I don't believe.
Anything here comes back to your hand. That's the idea.
Right. But I might want to get this iron hide out of there. Oh, I like the toss, though. Nah. I'm just going to do it.
Oh,
All
this is the thing. You messed up.
Yeah. No.
So one more
Take
damage.
one
Take
damage.
You take 1, so you're down to 4.
I drink a healing potion. Wait.
Right.
No. Yes.
Oh, okay, right, so 5 into 3.
High magic.
If I
fancy,
magic.
mate. Right, thank you. Right, so let's get back to our turn. So we get to refresh. So all your cards at 0 come back into your hand, and you get to get your 6 Adamus back again.
And now.
All right, show us how it's done.
Now.
Tom. Use all of your
Time
tokens.
for the smackdown.
Come on, man. Put
Right.
this thing out of its misery.
Got a lot of empowerment dice over there, empowerment tokens, so you can really beef up these attacks.
I do. And so I can do a feral blow, and I'm going to hit it in the rear.
Yep.
Because I'm right in the... Oh, I don't have that swipe. The swipe would have been great here. Can I throw the one rat into the other? It won't do anything other than pushing it, though, really, right?
So you throw the rat, and then that rat then gets knocked into another rat that also gets knocked back. So you can hit quite a few different rats like that. So you can help.
Sure, that's boring.
help
No,
Z
I
out
want
by-
to hit the main thing. So I'm going to play feral blow. That's my normal attack, right? Oh.
In theory, you could actually pick this rat up, throw it at that rat, and then knock it into that rat and wipe out the whole thing and let it open Z's path to the broodmother. Or you could just.
I'll let Z handle his own problems. I want to hit the. I want to hit the big rat. I haven't done it yet.
Okay, let's do it.
So, actually, do I have enough to do the feral roar? We could all move too. Could Z move away from the rats?
Yep. So we could actually move away. I mean, some
Don't
of us.
worry about me, man.
I'd like to gain.
No, I know, but this gives everyone an upgrade die too. But I think.
It's costly for you though as well, and you.
So, can you explain to me the bottom of the cards? Does that mean I can do that instead of the top
Either
part?
or, yeah. Either or.
Oh, then I can hit this thing multiple times. So I'm gonna first bite the thing.
Okay. Bite it in the
animal.
rear.
Disgusting animal!
I just cry. Ah!
She's got 3
Take him out.
HP. If you bite her for 6 damage, you've actually gnawed her butt off.
Do it! I bring out little pom bombs.
All right, so I got 3 yellows easily. I got lots of reroll tokens.
Oh, you will definitely bite her butt off. Do it! Do it!
Just turn.
So you
two
get
of
one
them to
yellow standard, and as many white dice as you want, and then you upgrade them as you
Well,
want.
I upgraded 2 whites
Right,
to a
clearly
yellow,
done too, yep.
and I'm actually going to upgrade them straight to reds.
Right, okay, here we go.
And then I'm going to add a white.
Don't forget about rolling 2 blanks, though.
Well, I know.
It's got a lot of
I got
rerolls.
3 rerolls.
But you can only re-roll the same dice once. So if you roll a blank and then roll another blank.
How much do I need to do total? 6?
6 damage.
6 damage. This feels good.
Do it.
Oh, it's good.
Oh!
10. That's pretty
It
good.
was delicious!
Oh, gross.
Excellent. You
Most disturbing.
the best meat's in the
That's.
Oh, jeez.
I'm carving off a piece with my axe. Did you guys want some?
Okay, right. So you've nommed this rat.
But this is bad for me,
rear.
right? Because now she's going to whoop on me.
She is, right. So first thing happens, though, is as we reveal the dice, we actually reveal a reroll token underneath. So everybody at the table is now going to gain a reroll token.
Oh, I was about to say, if there's something bad, you could have warned me.
Taken her down a bit. So we all get a reroll token, and then she will immediately react against you. So
Got
she's now
it.
drawing this. Now we've
Not-
taken off 2
not
locations.
even a little worried.
So we're now moving out of phase 2. Phase 1, and we're now moving into phase 2.
Oh, I was hoping to avoid this.
So, maternal rage.
Whoops. I didn't kill you.
As her clubs fall to your weapons, her rage builds to a fever pitch. She barrels towards you. Release the brood. So,
What?
more
Does every
brood.
card say release a brood? Because that would just...
I think that's kind of like her thing, right?
It helps with memory. And she then moves 7 to her target, which basically means she turns on you to get something that's still things. So in terms of facing, she has 2 ways she could face this way. She always picks the northwest and most facing, so it's that way. And then she's going to attack you. Then she's also going to move forward to the next closest target and attack them too, which unfortunately is going to be me over here. And then her turn will be done. So the actual rats don't get to attack now; they only do their attack during the encounter phase.
All right.
So
Interesting.
how many?
I'm playing toss, which gives me 2, and that moves this one here, right?
Yep, that does.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so here we go, sir.
What am I doing here?
Draw your doom is what you're doing.
So this is being divided by 5, though.
Divided by 5.
Okay.
So you're doing it again.
3, 4.
No way.
No damage.
Oh, I was too busy eating. I didn't even notice. I was like, what's she doing? There's rat juices pouring down my
Stop. Stop. Rat juices. What is wrong with you?
Can I hit her again?
No one told me he was in cahoots. He sold his soul before I came here. I wasn't prepared for that.
Can I hit again?
Can't be hurt. Yes, now you get to attack again.
Right.
Wait, no, sorry. Firstly, she does the rest of her ability, which is actually she turns around again, and she's now going to attack me. So
All right, well, that doesn't affect me.
That puts her in prime biting position for you. You're like, I know these parts well.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to play my biggest attack. I'm sorry, I was hoping to use the chain lightning, but this is too.
It's a 2-course
sketchy.
meal.
Are you chain lightning?
I have chain lightning, but I can't use it.
The
because
fact that the
I have
rat's
to
in
survive.
water, would that have done anything?
No, it didn't. It used to actually. In the old days, it was too
In
complicated.
the old days.
Right, so right here we go. Well, it's all right. Here's all the damage that didn't happen to
4, 6,
Holy
7,
smokes.
8, 9, 10.
10. Right, so 6 into 10. Thank goodness. Right, so it's 6 and 10 only goes once, so I'm down to 2 HP.
I'm sorry, but I don't feel like there's a threat here. The rat just gave me a big lick on the cheek.
All right, so now you do get to attack again. It's your
Okay, so quick question about this feral blow. It says for 2 of these I can replenish my combat card decks. What's that? Oh, that's these. That's
yes,
these?
that's right. That's
okay, one day. And the other one says for 1 I could rotate everything.
just 1 card on 1 position.
1 card in 1 position.
So you can move your 3 out to a 2, making it easier.
Could I
to
move
with your
this one
hand.
into my
You
hand?
could, yep.
Oh, that's tempting.
Mm.
Or I could just hit it with the feral blow.
Yep, for 3. So for the 1 you get the rotate, for 3 you get the attack.
Yeah, I'll just hit it. All right.
So that rotates every card back into your hand.
Oh, it did it anyway. So
Yeah,
what was the
so
point? All
that's
right.
it, yeah.
Well, you're on my team. You could have pointed that out. All right. So once again, this time I'm actually just gonna stab it because I'm on full. What am I hitting now? Since the rear is gone, I'm gonna hit it in the gut.
Core or the right flank, both are on 4 HP.
Same thing. Using both of these.
Gotcha.
Here we go. Come on. Come on.
That's pretty good. Take another red
Hitting
die.
me. Tell me you're hitting the big one.
Roll another one. Do it.
Oh my
Ah.
goodness! Right, what is that? That's,
10, 12, 15.
that's more than she has. So right, you
No, I hit it in the. Don't I hit it in the middle?
the core.
We get to choose
okay,
either
you're
one.
hitting
Well, what does it
Cool.
matter, right?
It doesn't matter in this one. You don't have anything under either dice. So you swing in again, lay waste to another HP.
Is she gonna hit me again?
Guys, she's coming at you again. She's coming for you.
I really
She's
feel like-
not happy with you.
I'm not even afraid.
Right. So burst.
Oh, wait,
So,
what?
With baleful eyes, the broodmother fixates on one of her young. The pup writhes, boils, and bursts in a noxious cloud. So we release the brood.
Oh, that's a shock.
We release the brood, and then she moves northwest 3. So she's running away now, and she's going to go 1, 2, 3 to here, crushing this tree as she goes rampaging across the battlefield.
Yeah, you better run.
And then she turns. Now this
Did
is what
she not
happens.
push the-
And you're gonna hate Tom for this, right? So
Did
what
she
does-
not push those little rat kids as she ran?
No, so it makes it much easier if you just pick it up and put it down at the location, so you don't have
okay.
to worry about the path she took. You imagine they got out the way and came back to where they were. Right, so then what she does is she picks the furthest rat from her. Now the furthest rat is actually over near Z's, although Tom just did this. She's going to blow up that rat over there, and this is where you get the Noxus Cloud token comes down. And she explodes right here.
Disgusting.
What?
What is?
So...
Explosive rats.
So unfortunately, you're going to take a full noxious rat to the face, which is the same attack damage as she normally does. You also need to get out of there because if you're still there at the start of the encounter phase next turn, you're going to take another hit.
Oh yeah, but the good news is he hasn't gone yet.
She's really far, unfortunately, now.
You can use your defense if you want to.
Yep.
Gross.
This is a big attack, isn't it?
3 yellows and 3 whites.
Oh, man. Yeah. I better do something considerable here, so I'll do that one.
Shouldn't we, though, at this
For
point,
2.
shouldn't we concentrate on the big rat?
Yeah, pretty much.
We want to kill it
Oh, yeah,
before
yeah, for
there's
sure.
too many little rats
So
to...
4, I'm dividing all this by
But
4.
then they're always going to attack you at the end.
That's 5 so far. So
Oh.
1 hit.
Are you down to 1?
Yes.
This operation saves Z now, right? We got.
No way, man.
What happens if I die? Do we lose?
No,
or
you
does
go,
there-
you go unconscious. What unconscious means
the
that
rest
you'll
of you
play-
can keep fighting?
No, you keep fighting too. So you come as one of the allies. So the allies are this extra thing that you can use. You never stop playing, but they're a simpler card that you get to play. So you've got a man-at-arms card there. You'd get that. Maybe we'll just preemptively
I'm just going
hand
to put it
that
over...
Z.
I was going to say the same thing. Just, you might as well
Just
get
in
used
case.
to how it works.
And you get to basically do a couple of activations a turn with that guy.
Is there like a boring miniature you brought for that man-at-arms guy?
There is a standee that would actually come with it, but we don't. I think it's actually been left at home, so we have to use our character to replace it.
I'll find something
wasn't expecting anyone to die,
appropriately.
you see.
I'll find
can't-
something appropriately demeaning.
I can't run through
Can we just get you a little meeple
a rat,
guy?
can I?
No, you have to they actually block paths. So yeah, you've got to kind of clear the way. It's starting to mount up now.
So you're allowed to stop doing your turn and someone else do a little bit of the turn and then go back to the other player?
No, it's the whole person's turn. So, Tom, now you critted off that. Now you've got an axe there. If you wanted to, you could actually activate that axe to gain 4 extra animus, flipping that over, and then you could actually continue your turn. So you
Oh
could
my
actually do a
word,
little
yes.
more.
Oh wait, but I haven't spent it yet.
So yeah, you just wanted to. What did you spend? You spent nearly all of
spent-
your animus.
No,
right?
it's
So-
free.
Well,
Was it
that
free
costs
attack?
3.
No, it costs 3 in the corner.
Oh, you're right.
Corner.
Okay, never mind.
And then you bit it as well, didn't you? Which was 2.
Oh, no, biting is 0.
No, it's 2 on the
Oh,
bottom.
it's 2 in the
there.
bottom.
Yeah.
No, I spent that 2 already.
Okay, right.
Alright,
So you
so
got
you're
2
good.
left.
You
You
got
can
2
do
left.
4 if you want.
Oh,
Up
so I
to
can take it all
6.
back. Okay.
Sorry, so
Same.
I think that's. No, you should only be. I'm sorry, it's only 4, so you should have 2 on the right.
Ah,
There we go.
changing the rules. All right. So how much would it take to get to that rat? Because I'm going to go hit it again. I don't
You can
care.
run through fire, and you'll be there in 5. Or you can try and kill a rat on the way. And
Yeah, but if I
got
run
the
through
path leaving.
fire, I don't have a free thing to hit it with. Alrighty, I'll just hit this stupid rat. All right.
Do you have that arc swing?
It's on cooldown. You just use
No,
it.
I haven't. No, I haven't put anything there to
Yeah,
move
right,
it because
right,
I'm
right.
pretty lazy.
You are lazy. Oops.
Well, I guess I should probably try to get that around. I'm gonna use Iron Hide. It costs 4. This gives me a shield, so I just take one of these.
Yep.
Okay. And then I put that here, which puts that here, which puts this here.
Doesn't
no,
cut
it
sky.
doesn't.
No, no.
Doesn't sky. Yes, that's right. All right, so I get to attack and I get a thing. I just pick one of them and hit, right?
Yep.
Well, help me out. None of you guys have gone yet, so what's the best one for me to hit?
I mean, they're all pretty similar.
All right, let's hit this one then.
Yeah, but I say if you can hit multiple, then that's always good.
I want to go pick up my weapon, so yeah, if you can move that rat.
Got it. I'm just gonna roll 3 dice because I only need 1 to hit it, right?
Yeah, just 2 damage.
2 damage.
1 HP, 2 damage to do.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Come
Guys.
on, man.
Guys, I
The
don't.
dice just love you.
Crushed it.
What? I got 2
Living up to
left,
the Dice Tower name here, isn't it?
There you go.
and I guess I'll do this.
What else
And
you got?
I'm gonna hit another rat. I mean, I might as well just keep.
Yeah, clear the
I'm
way a
gonna.
bit.
I'm gonna hit this one here.
Murderer. Oh, jeez. Wow.
Goodness. Okay, all right. So, cheesing it all the way.
She should have ran.
Cheese!
If she wouldn't have run.
He didn't start with a beard. He's grown that beard since we've been
The thing is, we really got unlucky that she ran
ran.
and put those rats in between me. I would have
Oh,
gone up
I
and
know. Yeah.
I
you're
would have.
right.
I would have taken out one more die.
Yeah, for sure.
All
And
right,
then
so
we would
I
have
have a
easily been able
question
to take out
for
the
you.
other one.
When we move away, if I move away from that rat, does it hurt me at all?
No, there's no retaliation
All right,
from the
I
rat.
like that. I think
Okay,
you're up.
let's do this. I'm gonna ricochet again. This goes here. Cost me 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna shoot
pair.
this rat and then to her. Let's see. I have 1 reroll.
Get him from the thing in the back, okay?
I'm just gonna roll this.
Side note, which has nothing to do with this game. In 7 minutes, registration for Dice Tower East goes live.
Make it happen.
DiceTowerEast.com.
Okay,
You can
let's
play
do
this game there. Well, I don't know if you can or not, but
Ooh.
I will.
He's not hit a single one so far. I think
yeah.
he's missed every time.
Would you like me to
What do you
touch
mean?
it? Hang
You
on.
should use the cards. Like some people are just cursed. I'm afraid.
I keep making the re-rolls happen.
He's got the reroll. Okay, so you got your crit
and
there on the 3.
There's a crit on the 3.
So you got
and
5 damage, right?
5 damage.
So you can
woo.
split that between 2 rats and kill one, or take 1 HP off the broodmother. It's up to you. I mean, within 4, you can actually help Ziat take out that rat there by bouncing it off of that one and hit that one. It's,
I think in this case, you're probably better off killing the rat so we don't take enough damage. If we get one more turn, we got it.
Right. Yeah, I guess I could like take out that one and that one.
Yep. Cool. So we get rid of those?
Will that noxious
Right.
not hurt the rat?
No, they're used to that.
They'd love it.
Like, oh, mom.
It's dinner time.
I believe that was a fart. That one.
No, the rat exploded.
Well, it went back into the rat.
You're the one who is well versed with how that all works.
And then I, want to
believe you
use.
By the way,
removed the big brood.
I'm starting to feel a little woozy. Like,
Oh,
was there something?
Noxious gas.
I'm just going to
Shouldn't
use
have
loose
eaten that.
arrow, which will cost me another 3. Just to. Can I shoot straight through to her?
Yep. So
Okay.
models don't block line of sight. It's the terrain. that does
I
it.
would argue, if you had said that block line of sight, I would sit here and argue for a while about that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he can see the big rat.
Okay, cool. Oh, yeah.
Roy, you're the
Oh,
worst!
jeez, kid.
The dice hate me!
Now, this is actually good though, because what I can tell you.
He's going to say you should use the cards.
The determination rule kicks in, right? So the determination rule is that whenever you miss an attack, you can pick any one combat token you like for free and get it to show that you're more determined to be able to attack.
How about the re-roll one?
So you get yourself.
No, the upgrade's cooler.
The upgrade is cooler, but I
But
need
this
to
is
actually
done
hit.
now. But his combat is done. He failed.
Yes, I failed.
He hasn't got any more reroll tokens, I don't believe,
Yeah.
to do it. So he's going to take another reroll token for that.
Can you two kill the rat?
I mean, we can try.
Yeah, I don't have any more
What do
cards
you
to
want
play.
me to do? Just chill?
No, I mean, is it possible for us to kill the rat now? I'd love to.
And in theory,
We'd win the game.
In theory, we could. I mean, I'm going to try and.
I mean,
do
that's
I
what
can
we're all
against it.
doing. What are we
I
talking
meant
about
right now, kill the big rat.
What are you
This turn
thinking?
before it
Kill
goes
dead
again.
right now.
What do you think
He's
we've been
got- he's gotta
trying to
run.
do?
He's got to run.
I can't tell.
I'm not interested in the forest's aromas. I'm actually trying to kill the rat.
There's over there like sniffing in the noxious.
So all he has to do is move
Cloud.
one off that and he's fine.
Yes,
How long does the cloud last?
forever.
Good old
until
It was
the
really bad
end
fun.
of
It
time.
was one of those ones that just lingers and
Forever
lingers.
cloud. Got it.
Yeah, it's not good.
Somebody needs to get some Febreze that spot or something.
There's nothing else around that's a terrain piece except these trees and that one over there, huh? Fire isn't it? All right, well, I guess I'll walk over there. I'm what, 2 away, 3 away?
Have you still got your ferocious charge?
Roaring charge,
Roaring
yeah.
charge. That's right, because you might actually be able to gain a bit more distance for the animus on that.
Yeah, but I want to pick up that weapon.
Yep.
Can't I do that?
Yep. So when you basically when you move back onto that hex, you pick up your weapon again. So if you
Can I
moved one
keep
south
running
there and
through
then,
it? I mean,
then ran straight through it, yeah, you'd be able to
Man,
pick
dude,
up
I saw
all the
this
way
in
through.
a movie. You're
Running.
like
How-
slow motion.
I guess I don't know what
Out
hex I'm
comes the
in.
blade.
Well, whatever. I'm doing it. If you say I can do it, I'm doing
So
it.
you move one south first, or one east, whatever way. That's it. Sorry, it has to be here because you don't want to move into the toxic cloud, and then you trigger it, and you go
Got
straight
it.
through.
Got
the
it. So I'm
line.
spending 1, and then I'm spending 3
Yeah.
to do that. And this goes here.
Where's he moving to?
All the way over beside her.
5 in a
up
row.
here?
So
As far
he's
as you
going
can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, to there, and he
That's
picks up
it.
the weapon. He slides in and grabs the weapon as he goes.
Oh, it's here.
There, yeah, one
Yeah. Shake
Yeah.
it off. Shake it clean.
That was definitely a slide move, though. He like
There,
slid in.
grabbed
And
it,
now-
and now it,
Can you throw it again? No, I'm not joking.
He's got the animus, actually. He could throw it again.
Can you throw it into her face and kill her?
Oh, no, weapon throws here, so he needs to...
Oh, you're the worst, Lee. I'm not bringing you next time.
I might be able to do.
I feel like we would have done better had we
If I
helped
stop.
that orphan like I had argued for.
I have a question. Those 3 rats are lined up. If I'm on the other side of them, could I leap with this card over all of them to the next empty space?
No, actually, what you do is even almost better than that. So what you could do is you leaped attacked over this one, you actually land in this hex and knock this one back immediately away, which would knock it back into this one. Both of them lose 1 HP, so you kill both rats by leaping over and kicking them, and then you get to attack that rat.
All right, so I ran only 4 spaces then, and then I'm doing this. I'm spending these 2.
This is the greatest
and
moment I've
these
ever
2.
seen. They call you rat kicker.
So here we go. So
Jump over
flips
it.
over. Here's the flip. There we go. Then the kick.
I grab the weapon, I flip over, I land on this one's head.
Both of those die. That's what happens when you get knocked back, by the way. Both targets lose a HP if you run into each other. And then you get to do the attack from the rat as you leap
That's
over,
right.
slicing down with that.
You're still gonna die. Just as a heads up, but
But I did go out
in a
an
glorious
awesome,
way.
In awesome fashion.
Just
how
need
much
the
to-
2. Oh, God. You can't even land it, can you? Because you haven't got enough reroll tokens.
No way.
Okay, well the kick was good.
Come on, I picked my weapon up. I haven't been holding it for a while. And I killed a couple rats with kicks. I'm all right.
That was pretty
when
good.
we're done with this, we're gonna practice your pivoting skills.
All right.
Pivot.
Pirouette.
Right. Okay. So
I told you
So for one,
when you laughed when we took ballet lessons, and you laughed. All right, it's up to you to do enough damage to kill the rat, to keep Z alive.
right. So I'm going to use elemental suffusion for the attack damage to rotate those 2 to there.
Good.
All I've seen you do is rotate cards. I want to see you hurt something.
So pay attention to
You've
this
honestly,
mountain of crits you've been
yeah,
rolling,
we've been
but-
fighting a rat. You've been terraforming the forest.
Yeah. Elemental suffusion. Get a few more of these out here. Actually, I might.
Figure I'm gonna set a
split-
little fire here, plant a little rosemary over here, a little water, a little stream.
I'm gonna plant a fire, right? And the thing is, I think if I damage her enough, she's actually going to come and run into my fire, and she might lose some HP, but I may die in the process because I haven't really got anything to defend myself. But
Got
for the
it.
team,
So you're trying
for
to
the
trick
team-
her into burning herself.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All
Right,
right.
So I've got to do enough damage. So I've got a load of reroll tokens. So I'm going to go big with this one. I'm going to roll 7 dice, and I'm hoping.
Wait, and you're trying to get no blanks?
Oh, well, I've got 3 rerolls, so I mean, obviously your numbers on dice you roll changes depending on how many reroll tokens you got, because it makes your odds better.
You don't want to draw the cards?
No, I'm gonna.
You said dice were bad.
I said they remember me. But
He doesn't want to be remembered right
I don't
now.
want to be remembered.
I've never been here, Dice.
That's a vassal roll right there.
There it is, another crit.
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, what we got? There we go. 10, 12, 13 damage.
To what?
13 damage to the. This is the front right.
this is
It's this one.
amazing.
This one is absolutely ruined. So a big bolt of lightning ruins the
Sweet.
sides of this thing. She caves over to the right.
So
We don't get
just-
any extra.
To clarify, if I'm remembering the story correctly, Z sliced off the butt of the thing.
No, you
ate it out. You ate it completely off. I caved in the other side.
Z came to the side, I ate the butt, and then I also pulverized the middle, and you just sliced the side. So that's 4 things. So between 3 of us, we've heard it a lot.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say? I did a ton of damage to it and killed a bunch of rats.
Yeah, you were there, man.
Sorry.
You were there too.
You'll remember where you were the day
And
you
you
saw
were
this
there.
thing.
Whatever.
You'll forever remember.
I'm
where
not
you
keeping
were.
track or anything.
I asked if I should kill off the stuff so that Z could run over there, and you said yes.
All right.
So,
I would have shot directly at it.
That's what you were doing when you were breaking that twig earlier. Those were arrows. Break the flexion.
Ruining my arrows.
All right, so now she's gonna come for me. She's now onto our last side, so we're going straight through phase 2. We're off of phase 2 and now into the last phase. So now this is.
Oh,
what
by the way,
happens.
these
Oh.
trunks here, someone was asking about this. This is actually like a full tree.
Yeah, so there is an add-on which is a full terrain pack, right? So 5 massive trees, buildings, walls, all kinds of stuff that comes out. We changed the layout of the
So
game.
we couldn't
depending
move
what's
on
happening.
these.
No, so these are the tree themselves. I think they need maybe a bit of more improvement to make them more obvious, but those are trees. So what we got here, we have acid spit. Right, so the broodmother retches forth a smoking glob of acid that hurtles towards you.
This thing is like the most pleasant creature I've ever come across.
Right.
Disgusting.
This is only the introduction, man. It's getting worse. Right, so we've got this thing. Now, she releases the brood, then she moves southeast, which actually means she's moving back towards us. So 1, 2.
Does she move into the fire?
She does move straight through the fire. So what she's going to do is she's actually going to land here. Poof, she's going to push Z out there and land right in this fire here.
fire.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 4 cards. If I get any crits, oh come on, dice. Right, okay. So if we draw fire ever again, it's going to be loads of crits there.
Okay.
All right, we should have got some
That
of
was
that.
actually
I was
almost the
hoping that was
exact
gonna
same
work.
thing.
But then what
Yeah,
she does is
Weird.
okay. So now she basically attacks her target with a ranged 6 attack that places
Who is she
this
attacking?
thing down. on me.
Oh, everyone.
And it's going to attack you too, I'm afraid.
What?
We're both going to suffer this. So we move that out of the way. Actually, we just need to rearrange this quickly.
All right, all you need to do is survive this, and you get another attack against the rat, right?
I don't know.
You got a ton of that
I might
orange
have
stuff
enough.
left.
You might have enough there, so that's
Fire?
No.
I did 3.
I'm losing my senses. Orange
You have a
stuff.
bunch of orange, burny stuff left.
If I survive this, actually wait, Tom,
Yes.
you may be able to save our lives here.
Oh, no!
I'm probably going to die.
I don't have it in my hand.
You don't have it in your hand. Are you
No
joking?
no one told me to keep it.
So with these,
Are
even
you
with the
talking
noxious
about
cloud, will it allow me to
challenge,
attack
yes.
back?
Challenge the card that's never gonna.
You used it to bite the broodmother's butt, didn't you? Is that what you
No, I stabbed
No, you
him,
stabbed it.
dude.
You stabbed it. Okay, right. So, okay, fine. I will. I'm not taking
This is the moment where they're like,
I'm not taking it
everyone looks at
personally.
me and I was like,
So
tired.
You can save us, right? No.
even with the cloud, can you spend the 2 to attack back?
No. So it's that's not an attack back. That's basically an ability you can use. You're only using the defense right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you get to use a defense card. I've only got
I
a 1,
see.
so these are all going to come back here. I'm up to 3. Roy, what are you going to play to try and save your life?
oh yeah, Dice Tower East
Oh,
registration is
just
open.
plus 3 defense.
Super fun. Come sign
So you're
up.
up 6. Now, Roy, you draw the doom here for us. Please.
I mean,
Just
I
the same
feel like
for
I'm
both of you,
probably
same
pretty
attack?
okay. I don't know how bad it's going to be
One
for
attack
you.
for you both?
That's 2.
it's 1 attack. It rolls with damage for all of us. Here we go. This is everything.
Ow,
to
that's
hit-
actually pretty
this is
gross.
everything to
Holy
hit Tom.
smokes!
Just completely blamed.
Jeez.
This is your fault.
I accept the blame.
So
I'm at 5.
So we're at 8 plus 6, so we're at 14 damage. Okay, I've got 3 defense, so I'm dead about 6 times over.
Hey, I
you're-
take only 2 damage
So
because
you're
I've
at
got
5,
5
right? So
defense.
5, yeah, 14 into 2
Yeah.
and goes 5 into 14.
Yeah,
goes
but I
five.
was hoping you would
Almost.
survive
I'm
because
dead.
you would get another hit against him, but you don't.
So you still got that?
I got one for you. Don't worry.
There you go, buddy.
Thanks, man. Right, so I've
I'm
got.
still good. I'm hanging on. I wasn't the first one to go down. I'm happy about that. I can die in peace now.
So okay, I'm going to be needing the man at arms card next time. I'm now unconscious, which will mean I'll be drawing an encounter.
Where does Man at Arms? Like, where was he?
They're kind of like they're kind of on the periphery, getting.
He was
ready
over
for the
there
fight.
cooking eggs for us. Like, oh, hang on, I'm here.
There you go.
That's it. Right, so that's her attack then.
And now we get the real attack.
And now it's
That
yeah,
was
that's
a
the-
pretty real attack, I think.
I didn't feel anything.
I got real quick. Okay, so that was the yellow's done. So now she draws her actual attack.
All we gotta do is survive this, and I'm gonna go in there and whoop up on this.
Okay, we've got 9 hit points left. She's got 3, so we're doing good. I think as long as we can survive this attack.
Well, I'm sorry, just to
The
clarify,
rats.
we don't have 9 hit points. You should have said you guys have 9
You
hit
guys
points
have
left.
9 hit points.
Because you're
Fact.
dead.
I'm removing this
You don't get to die anymore.
over here.
Oh, okay. Right.
Wait!
Oh no!
So,
The traitor suddenly is revealed.
I wonder if more little rats are gonna fall off of it.
release the brood. So
No
we've got
way.
the brood being released. Tish, tish, tish. And another one.
I don't understand why you just didn't put on the card for the rat every turn release the brood.
Well, we had it there. People were forgetting if it's on here, so it's better to
I
have it. So
would
it's
have
triggered.
forgotten it
No, I agree.
happily.
So, release the brood. Okay, so hissing, the broodmother bristles and lashes out in all directions. The broodmother gains 1 defense for the rest of the game. So she's now at defense 3. Okay.
Whatever.
Then she attacks all adjacent targets. So all adjacent characters there. So it's the ranger and you, Z, on your 1 HP. You're about to get smacked.
I'm okay with this.
Tom, you can save everyone again, right? Oh no, wait.
You might be the one winning the whole thing. I believe in you, you filthy man!
Then she's going to run. She's going to run to the closest board edge and stop.
All right, so she's
She's a
attacking.
what?
She's retreating. She's running to the closest board edge, so she's running away.
Oh, come on.
I'm
Stupid
defending.
Fraidy cat.
Yeah.
Rat.
Hey, what you
Defending
got?
with that.
2.
3 for me.
Right.
So I have 4 altogether.
And I have 5
This is it,
altogether.
Ramsey.
All right, Z.
Is that right? So I just added this and I have a
You've
2.
got 5. So she needs to get under 5 on those 6 dice to not die right now.
Yes.
1.
Eh?
We can live with 1. We can live with another 1. We just need some misses now.
Thanks for the
Good,
clarification.
we got the misses. It's good. It's good. It's good. Okay, if that's not a 3, no, or a 2.
If it's a 2,
You're
I'm
alive.
dead.
Yeah, if it's a 1 or a miss, you're fine.
If it's a 2 or higher, I'm dead.
Oh!
That's right, you have no butt!
Awesome. Right. Okay. My
If this
goodness.
rat does survive and runs away, we're gonna call it buttless.
It's literally just a head now, right?
Right. So
It's literally just a rat head.
Dragging itself.
she is running. Right now the rats.
Oh no, thank you.
Now the rats.
Can we pass the rat phase?
I'm sorry.
How many of them getting me?
Right. Oh Z. I'm sorry. That could.
Man, I
that,
just survived. I just survived.
You're a survivor.
I'm gonna die, guys.
It's up to Roy.
They
it's
not
up to-
burn?
They do burn. So this time, right? There's that rat there at the top. Come on. No, that rat underneath. Yes, that
Yeah, you
one's dead.
killed one rat.
And that rat is definitely double dead. So both of these rats are done. I saved a little bit for you guys there. My dying.
Oh, the fire goes away
Fire goes away, consumed by that.
by the rats.
But
He's
now
a-
there's a delicious meal left behind on both of
Rat on a
those.
stick.
no,
right,
it's a noxious gas. You're not supposed to eat that.
That's true.
right, Z mate. I mean, this is one of those moments you could actually kind of game it a bit, right? So we know that there's been a bunch of misses come out here.
At this point, I would roll
Four
dice
misses.
myself.
There's only a couple of misses left in this disc. If you want to roll the dice, you can do, and hope for all misses. So for an amazing.
Well, this
bad
is
roll.
nothing what I'm holding.
Oh my god! Okay, you got just nothing. All right, so that rotates that back into your hand, but still you're on. Two
I can still
defense.
play it?
Yeah.
Does it even matter? I mean,
It just no, not really. I mean, only if you get attacked again. But seeing as you're about to die, no, it won't matter.
Wow! Wow! Way to be encouraging.
all right.
Okay, so Z
I
needs
got
to
nothing.
roll.
Oh
8
my
dice.
goodness.
And
There's
get-
4 of them. He needs to get less than 2.
I believe this would be the most amazing roll ever in the history of humanity.
That's like my kind of roll because I always keep rolling blanks.
Yeah, let Roy roll it. Oh.
That's a
and he
pretty
dies
average roll.
In a blaze of glory, the nom 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 nom, the exile dies, and he did so well before. That was such a good moment.
I will also roll the dice against my rats.
Yeah, 4.
Actually, I'm wondering if I should play this card. I'm about to get 2 back. What's the worst they could do to me here? 8 divided by 3. Worst they could do is 2. I ain't wasting a card on these creeps. Gonna roll in here. I didn't even feel anything.
You're die rolling when it needs to be good, it's good. When it needs to be bad, it's bad. You are just,
Very suspicious.
I don't know. There's
Alright.
something about that bear.
Chaps, right, so it's now the
Something
refresh
about
phase.
that
We get
bear.
the cards at 0 back into our hand. I don't have that, so I'm just going to have my little guy here. He gets to spawn
Do I
on
use
any...
cards anymore?
No, we actually get your character back on. This would actually be a
you
standard.
kill it, Roy?
But you get to pick a location to put it on any board edge. So you can pick
Sure,
a...
that's fine.
So
Can you
just-
kill it?
just,
I can definitely attack it.
I
So
didn't ask
we
that.
no longer use our cards?
No, we're now using...
I have to
the
roll
Batman
good to
arms
kill
now,
it.
so
Yeah,
those
okay.
cards are kind of done.
All right, I want to defer to Roy because Roy hasn't got to kill any part of the body yet. So I want to see.
I've
Roy.
done plenty of damage to it. You
Kill it. Come on, here's your chance.
can you get over there to it?
You can,
course I can get over
you're
there
in
to
range,
it.
You're within range.
Come
I
on,
want?
guys. Come on, avenge
right,
me.
let's see.
Actually, I'm just knocked out. I'm not dead, I guess.
Fine, I might have to take a couple shots. We'll see.
Oh yeah, you need to bring. These
I'm
over.
going to. This is not the rear, so it doesn't matter. But I'm going to do thread the needle
That
again.
is the rear. Yeah, you can hit the rear from the rear. So you actually hit the rear and then it will do the
Does I get the?
damage
Oh,
that
I do get the extra
Yep.
damage.
Come on.
So here is 1 arrow.
Should I do
Right
the arrows
through
or the?
The remains of what Tom
Whatever's
consumed.
left.
Thread the needle, so to speak.
It's an easier target.
I
now.
still have one reroll.
Yeah, come on, you
Come
can
on,
do
come
it.
on, come on.
kid.
Oh, right, okay, we've got 4. How many do you get plus 2?
It's
is
plus
it?
2.
So you got to 6. It's on 3 though, so you've only done 2 damage, so it's down to 1 more.
Whoa, hang on. Can he re-roll?
He can re-roll it if you can get a 2. He could do it as well.
Can I just
how
do
much
a
more
whole
do you
separate
need?
Yeah, you
attack?
can do another attack. It's up to you. Which do you
Oh
want?
yeah, do the separate attack because
I'll
it
do the
doesn't.
separate attack.
Yeah.
So I'll
on.
loose the arrow, which is just another attack. I should actually be paying attention to where these go because these get pushed back into my hand when I play that. And then I will attack with the same dice.
Come on.
And it's good. Right, okay, we have completely destroyed the rat. The broodmother is dead. Everybody.
I was kind of hoping
Done.
you would die
Done.
also,
Done.
so that I could take all the loot myself.
Yeah, there you
Wait,
go.
what?
Oh no, you guys! I walk over and like, they're still alive.
So we have to kill all the baby rats too, or do they scurry away, or?
No, the rats disperse. Once the mother dies, they've lost their.
Guys,
thing.
Their
I don't
will
want to
to
spoil what's for dinner tonight, but
And so
but
Then what you do is we go into what is just called the epilogue as a final little thing. It's just a little finalised thing.
I want to hear glory.
So, with the screeching finally silenced, the mass of rotted fur lies still. Taking no chances, you hack off the broodmother's head and burn the body. The Deepwood may snuff out the flames, but it will at least consume this corruption. In the den, you find several items of value. And so what we do is we'd actually gain some unique items here. Now, because we didn't do it in good time, we've only got to get 2 unique items rather than the 3 we would have got.
I'd still like to see what we would have got. Do you have it?
I don't have them with me, I'm afraid.
Can you pretend? What are they?
But
Give me an example.
There'll actually be chapter-specific items, so particularly things that would be made out of the body of a broodmother.
Give me a red
so
dye,
like you
maybe?
could have like a rat butt shield, perhaps, or something.
We need a
Rat
promo rat
butt
butt shield.
Terror-inducing rat
I'll
butt
make
shield.
nunchucks out of 2 smaller rats.
And so you gain some, and then also we'd all level up. So basically, if you survive that, you deserve to level up. So we'd all get to level up, and in this situation, we'd be able to gain a card from our ability pool, which we'd then be able to put into our deck, which we'd be able to
nice.
Oh, there's
later.
more than these cards?
Oh yeah, that's just the beginning. So there's 15 different cards for every chapter. All of them change as you level up.
Do we take an old card out, or do we just add
Exactly.
one?
So you basically deck build it thing. So you actually have 2 2s, 2 1s, 2 3s, and a 0 card always. And you get to pick out your pool at the beginning of the encounter which ones you bring into the fight, so you can customize your characters. Same thing with your gear. You can pick the right gear, so you can pick like 2 big 2-handers or swords and shields and all kinds of different stuff. Because all the weapons play with different themes. So yeah, you basically get a bunch of loot. You get to level up, and then you get to move on. Actually, part of the leveling up system, it's worth explaining, is one of the problems with games like this sometimes is what happens when someone leaves the group, like what happens if someone turns up. Like, because getting campaign games, the play is often problematic if you're trying to keep the same guys at the table. So what we did is we had a quick save and quick swap system. So each character has a bag, you put your stuff in the bag and then that goes back in the box, you just get that out and put it on the table, you're good to go next time. The way that you swap a character out is that you can basically take a new character's bag and swap it in, and then they've got a quick leveling system on the back of one of the cards that lets you level up that character. So actually in a couple of minutes you can introduce a new person into your group and have someone else's character just in the bag. And so basically any time you're swapping characters out, it's just a couple of minutes just quickly like changing the level of the character to whatever the chapter is, because of course if you're leveling up every chapter, you are level 2 in chapter 2. So you know exactly what level you need to be. So that allows us to do some really quick leveling stuff with the characters. Really a lot of this is, because this is, it's a heavy game, there's a lot of it, a big focus, and this is, you're not seeing it so much here, but in the game a big focus is on trying to make it user friendly. Like it's about making it easy for people. Like with the quick save bags, means just set up times thing, with the custom inserts and stuff, it makes it way easier to get things in and out of the game, because you don't want to be spending an hour and a half setting something up like this.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about killing a big giant thing that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Is that normally the way the encounter is? It's like one big thing, or maybe 2 big things, or something like that?
Yeah, so it changes. Sometimes you'll be fighting maybe tribes of things or bands of stuff. Sometimes it's a big monster. So there is, you'll know from the Kickstarter page, there's at least 5, if not more, of those massive things in the game, and then there's other different groups as well that you're fighting. So you have different. The main focus is this is an experience game, so it feels different every time. You're going through a different story, and you're unlocking this like Christmas box that you open up, and then out comes the big monster, and then that's a new thing that you're experiencing, and that has its own deck, which has its own custom stuff. You saw the way that this is like thematic to a rat, or the next one may be thematic to whatever the next thing is, and they're very specific, very different as they play through.
Nice.
Yes.
Alrighty, folks.
Very
Well,
cool.
if you're interested in this, you can. Let's see. Well, you're gonna have to think of some new stretch goals because you've hit all of the ones on your page. You're at 415 right now, or 414.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for coming on and showing this to us.
Thank you.
Now, again, the app will read the stuff to you in a Game of Thrones-ish voice.
Yeah, so we've got James Cosmo from Game of Thrones. He narrates the whole thing, so he's
That's
much better
awesome.
than I am at it. But yeah, so you can play it by app, but you can also play it by storybook. So you're future-proof there. You've always got the physical copy that you can play with, and yeah, that'll be available for Android and iOS come release.
Very nice.
So yeah, and you can play it. Again, the thing. I mean, this has been a long play session, right? We've been 2.5 hours now, 3 hours, something like that. So
No, it just seems longer. It's only been 2 hours and 15 minutes.
oh, brilliant. Okay, we really got through it then quickly.
Well, you read the story faster. The story would have been a little bit
A
longer.
little bit longer, yeah. So, but you can, if you haven't even got that time, you can actually cut this section in half. So you can play the play session one day and then play the encounter the next day. That also helps if you want to paint the minis. You can actually release the mini for the first session, then someone can paint it before they actually do the encounter.
Get this painted before tomorrow.
That's it.
There
so
you
we
go.
thought about that
Yeah.
as well for people. But that just means that if you've even got a shorter time, you can get this into a good geek night. You don't want to make this into a weekend job. The things you can actually play in an evening.
Awesome.
Alrighty, folks. Well, we appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Roy Candy.
Z Garcia.
And I'm very happy.
See you next time.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.